right?
Yeah, the horizon is 12 feet below your eye level. That's right, and it is, and the angle that it makes, the angle that that point in your visual space makes with eye level is 2 arc minutes.
Uh, That sounds cool, man. Y'all are really into this. I like it. So the horizon, just to conclude, right? We don't want to beat this to death because it's been 10 years of talking about how the horizon does or does not rise to the eye level. No one, and I mean nobody, ever says that it doesn't appear to rise towards your eye level.
Well, I just did. I mean, well, okay, no, you're right. I mean, I do agree with you that there's a strong psychological urge to take to when you see the horizon to say, "Oh, that's eye level." Right? That's a strong
So,
psychological
so
thing.
it does
But that's
appear
why
to
we
do
have
it, right?
instruments, and instruments can show you that it's not.
Yeah, but it does appear when you're vision, right? When you're looking at when you're going to the beach, as you stated, and you're looking at the horizon with your eyes and your brain is interpreting what you're seeing. Under normal conditions, that horizon that's 3 miles away appears to rise towards your eye level. Correct?
Well, I'm not sure what you mean by appears to rise. Here's what I think when people talk about appearing to rise, I think they say that when you go up, if you were to go up in a balloon, it would look like the horizon is rising. And in some sense, it is with you. But if
Yeah.
you, as you get higher and higher in the balloon, if you simply measure it, you'll find that it drops very quickly, significantly below eye level. You can take, there's a thing called the theodolite app that you can take on your phone. I've used it myself on an airplane and see that the horizon drops by 6 times the diameter of the moon from an altitude of 35,000 feet. That's a very significant horizon. And you can just hold a Coke bottle up or a water bottle against the mirror, against the window. That'll make a level surface, a locally level surface, a locally horizontal surface. And you can just see that the horizon is significantly below the level of that water in that bottle. That's eye level. It's below horizontal, below local horizontal.
Yet it appears to rise towards your eye level, correct? Though?
Yeah, I get
In an
that.
airplane, balloon. Okay, yeah, that was yes. You agreed with me. So on a flat plane, would it appear to rise towards your eye level?
Yeah, on a flat plane, it does
Thank
rise to
you.
your eye
I'm
level.
done with this guy. Anybody else? When you get the answer you're looking for, just move on. So it wouldn't be infinite distance if we could see so far. The horizon wouldn't be infinite far away on an infinite plane. It would appear to rise towards your eye. Thank you.
No,
Very
no,
good.
on
You've
a
been
flat
so
plane,
good.
it does rise to your eye level. The fact that the horizon does not rise to your eye level is one of the reasons we know that the Earth isn't flat.
So on a flat plane, it does rise to your eye level, which is just an apparent position, right?
Well,
It's
everything is
how we see
apparent.
over
The
here.
only thing we can see are
Yeah.
apparent
If you're
things.
6 feet above the plane and your eyeballs create a horizontal line infinitely away, that horizontal would be, say it for me, 6 foot, right? 6 foot.
What
6 foot
infinitely far?
above the plane, although the land would appear to rise to your eye level, it's not. It's actually 6 foot below you, right? Just
No,
agree
it
with me
doesn't.
again.
No, I get that you might think it feels like
No,
it's at eye
don't
level, but you
try.
can measure it and
It's
see that
over,
it
bro.
doesn't.
It's over, bro. Over. What you can measure is that when you are 6 foot above the water and you measure out to the water, creating a horizontal line out and measure down to the water, when you've done that accurately, the horizontal line is still 6 foot above the water. That's
No,
what you can do. Yeah, in
no, you
reality,
can't do that.
yes, you can. And in
Okay, well then
reality,
do it.
when you observe the horizon, even on a sphere, it appears to rise. This dropping Earth appears to rise up towards your island.
I get
He's
Amazing.
that,
just confused
but I
about the
get that it appears
geometry.
to, but
He's
all
getting
I'm
confused about
saying
the
is that it
geometry of it.
doesn't. The important thing is, does it rise to eye level? And the answer to that is no. It's easy to measure it. And when you measure it, you find out that it doesn't.
He said riding. He said rising. Sorry, he said rising towards eye level. He didn't say two. He didn't say two that I heard.
Yeah. And I agree. When you measure it, when you're 6 foot above the plane and you measure it, the horizontal line that you created is still 6 foot above it. Yeah, I agree with you.
So flat earthers used to always say that the horizon rises to eye level. And there's good reason for that, because on a flat earth, the horizon does rise to eye level. In fact, if you take in refraction into account, it rises to above eye level. The horizon on a flat earth would in fact be above eye level. But the horizon on the earth is below eye level, and it gets more and more below eye level. Yeah, because of optical illusions. The higher you go.
Yeah, I agree with that, because you're looking over a longer distance and you don't know what the true horizon is. Yeah, I agree. It's an apparent position, and that apparent position changes. Most of the time it's low, but you know what? Sometimes it's higher. Even Globers have posted the horizon higher than the horizontal.
That's right. Jesse's taken some measurements like that.
Jesse Kozlowski, 2 Jessies now, isn't that ironic? Have done it. Kozlowski and Path of Light. Yep.
Yeah, Jesse has a video, I think, a situation where the atmospheric refraction was such that it raised the horizon so much. It always raises the horizon, but it doesn't usually raise it above eye level.
Yeah, sometimes it only raises it below eye level. Yeah, I agree with you, man. You're right on. Congratulations. Yeah, optical long distance observations are not what you should use. You should actually use the shorter, more accurate measurements. And when you do that, it's not curving ever.
Well, I know you believe that.
No, I know it. I've measured it.
Well,
and
the problem is that the horizon is below eye level, and that cannot happen on a flat Earth. Under very unusual situations, you might find that on a flat Earth. But the fact of the matter is that the other way around.
I misunderstood.
You'd have to have sinking refraction. You'd have to have seriously sinking refraction for that to happen on a flat Earth.
Sinking refraction?
There is, but it's not usual. You'd have to have it all the time.
So let me conclude. He said that we do have conditions called sinking refraction where on the flat Earth, which is where we live, that it happens right now, today, tomorrow. It's happening somewhere right now.
Not in Vegas.
I agree with it.
Not in Vegas.
I agree with you again. Yeah, I agree with
flat Earth, but I don't.
Well, you might not. You might be in a different realm. I can't prove that. But I can tell you where I live right now, the water that I'm around is not curving.
You don't understand scale. You don't understand scale, dude.
So now it's on me, right? I'm dumb. Maybe
exactly.
I do.
Exactly. Yeah. Your words. Exactly. Your words. Your words.
I got you. You got me. Yep. I hear you.
Not dumb, just comprehension problems.
Right. I got the problem. I understand. Or it's not me. Or that. And don't forget, I was a Glober once, right? When I did these measurements, I was a Glober. It's because of the measurements that made me not be a Glober.
Yeah. So I'd return once again to the simple fact that when and only when you're standing a short distance above a level surface, you see, on a clear day, you'll see a very sharp horizon. And that sharpness is a clear indication that it's close, because horizons that are even 20 miles away are virtually never sharp. You start to get atmospheric extinction, and horizons that are thousands of miles away can't even be seen. So the fact that you can see the horizon already tells you that it's Earth, a globe Earth. The fact that it's sharp, it seals the deal on that, because you can never have a nearby horizon on a level surface on a flat Earth. That's impossible.
You've heard it firsthand The horizon proves a sphere because of the sharpness. And if you really want to see the Earth curve, you got to go to space or go to the beach and watch boats go over the curve, bottom up obstruction, which there's a lot of Globers now that have gone away from that because it's so stupid. And the space thing, no one can go to space, so you're never going to do that. So really, you can't ever prove unless you look at that unsharp horizon that you're on a sphere.
You can watch a sunset. That proves it every day.
Right, there you go. That's the ignorance of the people that we're dealing with now. Like, it's incredible.
Really?
That works on both models, you know. It's just, you're just starting another point because you lost the other ones. The guy actually agreed with me after he so blatantly stated the fact that you would see infinite far to the horizon on a plane Earth. I walked him through it, and now he agrees with me that the apparent position of the horizon, which is what the horizon is,
blah, blah, blah,
would rise towards eye level. Now you want to move to what again? Because I'll destroy it too.
Yeah, really.
Let's talk about the sunset.
I just said
sunset.
Any
Robothemist 10-year-old argument that's been proven to can work on both models.
On any Robothemist flat Earth, the sun cannot set. You have a 24-hour sun everywhere, always, because the sun is always many degrees above the horizon at minimum. It can't ever set. It can't ever get anywhere near the horizon. Just take a simple example. Let's suppose we look at a Gleason model, maybe, and make it big, make it 50,000 miles in diameter, and have a sun that's can I put the sun as low as 1,000 miles above the Earth?
You can put it whatever distance. Is it in a vacuum or is it in the atmosphere?
I don't care. But I'm gonna let the sun be that low because I'm gonna give you as much as I can. If the sun were 1,000 miles above the Earth at a distance of 50,000 miles, it would be more than a degree, more than 2 full solar diameters above the horizon. It would not even get near enough to touch the horizon. It would be much smaller, which is something that the sun never does. The sun is always a half a degree in angular diameter. Always.
So maybe it's that haze you keep talking about. Maybe it's that haze once it gets close to the horizon. Maybe it's the haze that's making it set. Or in your model, maybe it's refracting it up. Because in your model, you still see the sun, but it's actually set already. So maybe that maybe, I don't know. It could be a tree line in the distance, right?
It feels
it could be a mountain. If it's 50,000 miles away, if it's 50,000 miles away, maybe there's a mountain in the way over the plane. Maybe
I thought you said it works in both models. Now it's like maybe this, maybe that.
Yeah, no,
it really just feels like a bunch of mud being slung against a wall.
I agree with that. I believe you're doing that. You're saying it can't happen. It cannot happen. Like on a sphere Earth, the model is that where you're standing, the Earth is dropping down, dip, right? Drop from horizontal. But the sun, as the sun goes down, it sets because of the physical Earth. But
correct.
It's set already. The sun has gone below the physical Earth, but you still see the sun because of refraction, right?
First of all, the Earth is rotating. The sun goes below the physical horizon, and you can't see it anymore.
No, but you can see it. It's refracted up. No, you
light. Hold on a second, dude. Do you realize that the light from the sun takes 8 minutes to reach Earth? Like if the sun were to turn off,
continuous light. If the sun's in the sky, you're getting light. The point is that it's refracted up.
If the sun were to turn off right now, you wouldn't know for 8 minins. You realize that,
right? Right. But the sun's not going to turn off, so we're just in fantasy land, which is where y'all want to go.
Hypothetical.
But my point was, let's get back to my point, if you agree or not. The sun is set. You can't see it because of physical obstruction of Earth curve. Yet you do see it.
No, you don't. You don't see it. Cut off. It gets cut off, and then it turns into twilight, and then it turns into twilight, and then it gets to nighttime.
Yeah, but as the sun has set and gone on,
you didn't listen to a thing that John said. You just totally bypassed what he said.
All right, please don't interrupt. And then just before the personal attacks start, let's please not do those either. But I think Raqia, you're speaking.
Yeah, the sun in their model, which is what I'm trying to get my statement out and have someone agree or disagree. Then we can talk about how it would happen over a flat plane because it would be very, very similar. If you believe in refraction, where in your model, the sun, because of physical obstruction of the Earth curve, has gone down where you shouldn't be able to see it, yet you still see it. If that same phenomena as the sun over a flat plane gets close to the horizon does the same thing, perspective makes it set, but you still see it partially, I don't know what you're trying to say.
Oh, that's like what I said at the beginning was simple. If something is bright enough and nothing obstructs the light from getting to your eye, you'll see it. And when the sun sets, it turns out that refraction in the atmosphere and the size of the sun turn out to give you kind of the same numbers. Now, it doesn't matter. What you say would happen anyway. The point is that the sun sets, it's physically below the horizon, but because the light curves over the horizon, there's nothing blocking the light from getting to your eye. And if something's bright enough and there's nothing blocking the light from getting to your eye, you're going to see it. It's that simple.
I got it. But if it's refracted down, like you say, that weird, crazy, not happening very often, sinking refraction would happen, then the sun would set before it should, right?
Right, but that actually never, I can guarantee you that never happens because the refraction, sinking refraction can only happen within 10 or 20 meters of the water or with a surface. Above 10 or 20, 30 meters maybe 50 you might want to say, refraction always is downward. And when we look at the sun, the light is traveling through about 300 or 400 kilometers of atmosphere at high altitude. And over that entire distance, it's curving downward. That's why we see the sun looking like it's still slightly above the horizon when physically it's below. And once again, it's simple.
Hang on.
Enough,
Don't go to something else.
and nothing gets in the way of the light, so you see it. That's all it takes.
Awesome. So all sunsets are the same then, right? Because it's refraction. It refracts in this way. It's lifted up so you can see the light. It curves towards you and you see it, but it's already set. So all sunsets are bottom-up obstruction until the refraction goes away and the sun is set and becomes dark, right?
Yeah. I mean, there are some times when you have turbulent atmospheres. You've seen the hourglass effect. You've seen, but fundamentally, yes, the sun sets. It goes below the horizon.
Every time,
and at some point, refraction is not enough to lift the light above, so the light no longer has an unobstructed path to your eye. If as long as the sun is there and there's nothing blocking the light, you're going to see it.
We've heard that part. I understand that part. I agree with you, right? Got it. You don't have to keep restating that. But with refraction, right? Even in your model, all things are possible. Like the sun may look like a keyhole one day. It might set and bottom up the truck halfway and all the way down. It might blink out one day. It might look like a mushroom the next day.
No.
I have pictures
That's the
of it.
sun compressing into the path of light. You just can't.
Okay, so it doesn't always set the same way.
It does. It's set the same way every day. It changes very little bit in vertical angular size, a very little teeny bit. Okay,
that's just not true, bro.
It is true. You're wrong,
that's
and you
not true.
Raqia, and you ignored everything he said about your degrees over the horizon on your flat Earth. About you would never always see. You would always see the sun. You ignored every point he made and failed to address it. And now all you're doing is bringing up perspective. Yes, you did.
I'm addressing it now with refraction.
No,
If the math shows that it physically would only go to 2 degrees, then I'm saying that refraction could make it go the other part where it appears.
No, wrong.
To set. Yeah, if yours can set and appear to be still in the sky, mine can set due to the refraction. Yes,
it would never go down, and it would be getting smaller and smaller. Linear perspective. What's linear perspective? Do you know what that is?
I didn't say anything about linear perspective.
Well, that's if an object gets further away from you, what happens?
It usually would get smaller and lower in your vision.
Okay, so when the sun gets in your model, as the sun's getting further away, it should be getting smaller and smaller and smaller. It never does that. You keep overlooking that one point.
Why,
You don't
there's
want to
reasons
address
why
that
even
point.
in your model that the sun didn't get smaller and smaller and gets larger and larger sometimes, and it's
Well,
white
that doesn't. You're
sometimes and
wrong.
yellow the others. There's reasons for
Colors
all of
got
that,
nothing to
right?
do with size. The colors got nothing to do with size. It's the atmosphere that changes the color. The
Yeah, but
size never changes.
the size of the white sun, the size of a yellow sun, the size of an orange sun, the size
Usually
without
darker is
a
bigger.
with glare, the size with a filter, they're all different. And on a
No, they're
flat plane,
not.
it would be no different. The atmosphere can magnify, it can make it look
You're
smaller,
totally
bigger,
wrong.
different color, everything.
You could keep saying what you want, but you're wrong.
Well, maybe, but I'm going to
Yeah,
say
You
it. I'm
are.
going to give the opposing
it's
view.
in all flat Earth models, the sun gets the closest it can get to you is what, a
What
few
model?
thousand miles, whatever you want to say. But then it gets in the evening, it gets 10,000, maybe 50. I don't mean you decide, but it gets significantly further away. Certainly more than twice as far away as it was when it was overhead, and that requires it to get half as small, half as big in apparent size.
Let's just be
But
magnified.
the sun, anybody can take a photo. I've done this a million times with my own photographs. I've taken pictures of the sun all year. I've taken pictures all day. The sun is always
Day and
a
night.
half a degree in diameter. That means that it does not move away from you. It does not move close to you. And the fact that it's always a half a degree in diameter taken from anywhere on the planet means that it must, in fact, be much further away from all of us than any of us are from each other. If it
Well,
weren't,
that would be in
then
a
some of
vacuum.
us would see it a different size. Now,
That would be
as
in a
soon as you
vacuum.
recognize the fact that the sun has to
Bruh.
be distant, you'll understand why flat Earth is impossible. Draw yourself a picture of a flat Earth with a sun
Okay.
that is distant, much further away than the size
You
of the
got to
flat
quit
Earth,
rambling,
and
man.
tell me how you make time zones with a sun like that.
For
Well, I can
seasons.
tell you, nothing's constant. Yeah, and if
Refraction.
it's the heat source, yeah, just refraction. I mean, we can leave it at that. You can't prove it. You can't reprove it otherwise because that's what y'all use. I mean,
I don't need to
literally in your
prove
model.
anything. You can
Yeah,
measure the
bro, you
sun.
rambled on for 5 minutes and then interrupted me as soon as I spoke.
Sorry, go
But
ahead.
But he said
I get
something
it, right?
interesting. He said something interesting. He said all flat Earth models, and I've yet to see a single one.
Well, I don't
There
know
isn't
what he's
there isn't
talking
a flat
about,
Earth
but
model.
yeah, it's pretty much theoretical. I mean, y'all seem to like that.
Welcome to
It's
flat Earth. No
theoretical
models.
science. I mean, we have models. They're just kind of vague, you know. It's weird.
Do you guys know why Samuel Robotham created the model that you used for until it was wiped out by TFE? Do you
Don't
know
care
why he
what.
created that model?
Don't know him. Don't never talked to him. Haven't read any of his stuff. Don't care. I know what
So
I know. I'm talking about what I know, like what I see.
what's
Well,
so
that's
let
where
me
your
tell
belief
you.
came
Let
from.
me just give you a brief story.
When I said I don't care, I mean you can tell the audience, I guess.
What Samuel Robotham was trying to address was the thing that killed flat Earth thousands of years earlier, and that is the fact that they discovered there are time zones. The ancients knew that the sun went overhead. They knew that it was always the same size when it was in the sky. They knew that it had to set to create night. And when it set, it was night everywhere. Right? It set by going into a tunnel. It set by going behind a screen. It did something, but it went away. Because the only way you could make night on a flat Earth is for the sun to go away. But then they discovered that it's always day somewhere. And that was the end of flat Earth thousands of years ago. What Robotham did in the early 1800s was say, maybe I can get people to believe that the sun comes very close to them in the day and is still visible, but it gets really far away, and that makes night. And that would be fine if it could get far enough away and if it visibly got smaller, but it doesn't. It's always the same size viewed from anywhere at any time. And that requires it to be distant. You
The
cannot
size
make
doesn't
time
matter.
zones on a flat Earth with a distant
There's no way
sun.
to make a sun go away from you and not change size. Is what you're saying?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so let's move on from that point. We all got it, right? We get it. Great point. I'll give it to you. Does it get lower in the sky?
It's not a good
Up here?
point though, because you can actually replicate that effect with lenses, with collimated lenses.
Geo,
So it's not a good point at all.
that's
But
a
he's not
post hoc
going to
rationalization.
give it up.
And lenses, you see both ways through lens, so you would see the distortion looking up through it.
Post hoc
Also, if something is, well, there's a bunch of things with that. First of all, I mean, if you're really into this Robotham, author, he was an author of some books, and I guess that's your, passions, but he's not here, and we're not really discussing his writings.
He invented the
That was
flat Earth.
something. That was something that people have had a planar stationary Earth cosmology since the dawn of time. He did not create anything in 1800. He was an author. He was an author who was writing his ideas as the eons and millions and billions of people before him have thought about their ideas about the Earth and what it is and all these components. So he didn't invent anything when it comes to that. He was a writer, but John's really into him. But outside of that, outside of him being a writer or whatever he may have said, John's whole thing is assuming that the sun is what are you assuming it is? A sphere? A ball? Because there's a whole bunch of assumptions.
It doesn't actually matter as far as that goes, but it's certainly always circular. And the only things, that you can take a picture of, you can see that are always circular, tend to be spheres.
Tend to be? A circular thing just
I mean,
tends
for
to be a
instance,
sphere?
if you took an object and you took pictures of it from all sorts of different angles, and all those pictures turned out to look like circles, then you would be right in concluding that the thing you were taking a picture of was a sphere.
Odd lights. I can show you square lights. I can show you multiple square lights that from the distance appear to be a circle.
Because that's right, because they're flat.
Wrong, bro.
That if they move them around, they change size. If it wasn't a sphere, it would turn into like an oblong shape as it moves across the sky.
Well, that's a cool story.
That's right.
You don't need to-
This is not rocket science.
Yeah,
we're
but to
talking
assume-
here.
to
Surely
assume
we
what-
understand this, right?
To assume what the sun isn't doesn't help to try to prove, a particular model. To assume something that it isn't, that you don't have valid verification for, that would be like just putting in like a straw man concept and then trying to beat down that straw man of trying to, assume some physicality that you can't verify.
Well, so let me try this, Gio. I mean, the thing is, if the sun were near, then some of us would be looking at its side. Others of it would be, we'd be looking at it from all different angles.
What
But
is the
all
sun?
of us see a circle. How does that happen if it's not a sphere?
Bro, are you really saying that?
It doesn't matter what it is. That's a stupid argument, Gio.
No, it does matter what
No,
it is.
did you just hear what he just said? Just please repeat it because everyone sees it as a sphere. It must be a sphere.
No, I said everybody, if it were local, then like, for instance, I might be looking south to see it. Somebody else south of me might be looking northward to see it. We'd be looking almost at different sides. People all over the earth would be looking at different parts of the sun, but they would always see it as a circular image. And the only object that can look like a circular image viewed from any angle is a sphere.
If it's projected.
Or from directly on, like directly at the GP. Because if you had somebody directly at the GP, somebody at sunrise, and somebody at sunset, what are you claiming? You've got a flat disc that they can't see the side of, even though they're looking. You're saying it's a small sun; it's only 30 something miles wide. Well, then if you're stretched across the flat Earth, you're seeing both sides of it. If it's only 30 miles wide, so it can't be a flat horizontal disc aimed downward, because again, the shape would change from the perspective of the sunrise and sunset versus the GP.
Right.
Point. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I'm not sure who said that the sun was a disk and 30 miles wide. I'm not sure who said that, but that is a great point.
Just an example.
That was the writer that was the author that John was talking about, Robotham.
Oh, okay. I was wondering because I hadn't heard that in a while. Like, I don't think I've ever heard that. But that was cool. That was a cool story, too. I mean, I got to start writing these stories down. If the sun is a disk and it's 30 miles wide over a flat plane, different viewers would see it not as a sphere. I got it. I'm going to write that one down.
Normal
I
geometry.
don't think
Robotham
I don't think
thought it was a
Robotham said it.
disc.
I don't think he
Yeah.
said it was a disc. Yeah,
Right,
he didn't
right.
say it was a disc. But he said it was
would've-
30. He speculated that it was 32 miles wide and
Right. I think
3,200
that's
miles
right. Yeah,
up or whatever.
that's right.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. It's just this whole topic depends on what the sun is. You know, is what it boils
No,
down to.
we're talking about the skylights again. Quickly move away from physical measurement because that's just too easy with a GPS. I mean, let's move to the sky, which we'll never go to. We can just make claims about it. It's cool.
Completely destroys the flat Earth.
No, yeah, great. That's a great story too. I need to write that one down.
Well,
Flat Earth is destroyed.
When you can come up with a sunset explanation, I'll listen.
I can come up with about 10, and I can't prove any of them. That's the point. It's all theories.
Here's the
Yeah,
thing.
but
I'd
if
be
you got
willing.
if you have somebody at sunrise and sunset with the solar filter taking pictures of the sun and they're both seeing the sunspots, the same sunspots, then you got a little bit of a problem if you're
That's the
claiming
point.
the sun's a small local sun over a
That's
flat
right.
plane.
When the final experiment people took pictures of the sun and the sunspots, the fun thing was I took pictures from where I am here up in North America. And because I knew that they were, on the bottom of the planet that I was standing on, and that they would be pointing their cameras in a different direction because of the way they were standing, I took my picture and I very accurately predicted that they would see the same picture rotated by nearly 180 degrees because, as you guys like to say, they're standing on their heads taking that picture. But it was the same picture, right? They were pointing their cameras in exactly the same direction that I was because we were both pointing our cameras at something that is unimaginably far away compared to the distance between me and Antarctica.
What time Antarctic time did they take those pictures?
I don't remember specifically now.
What time was it in North America? Did y'all take it at the same exact time? That would be a hell of a proof.
Yeah, no, I took it at the same time. I can't remember the details now, but I worked out very carefully to make sure. In fact, I think they asked people around the world to do that. I just joined people in taking pictures at the same time they were taking theirs.
But you're sure y'all took them at the same time, right? Because the moon twists in the sky. Even in your vision, even in your sky, if the moon rises in the east and comes across your sky towards the southwest or whatever it does in your area, right, at that time of year, it rotates, right?
What's that to do with the moon? We're talking about the sun.
No, I don't know what you mean. I mean, the sun does rotate and the sunspots are carried around it, but they get carried around over the course of about a month. So the sun looks pretty much the same all day long. I've taken pictures of the sun all day long, half-hour intervals from dawn to dusk. It's always the same size. The sunspots looked identical all day. But because of the fact that I was taking the pictures holding the camera in a different, for instance, in the morning, I was looking east and the top part of the sun rising became the bottom part of the sun in the evening as it was setting. And so the sunspots were upside down in the evening from what they were in the morning.
Yeah, the moon does the same thing.
That's right. The moon does do the same thing. That's right.
Oh, well, shit, a while ago when I said it, everybody was like, oh, that fucker, don't do that.
I don't think I ever
it kind of
said
like
anything else.
There's that phrase wagon wheels, like it kind of wagon wheels through the sky.
Yeah. Damn, I wonder did Robotham say that? Or the creator himself?
Robotham invented humanity, don't you know?
Yeah. Old Robotham. I hadn't heard that name in a long
Hey,
time.
Geo seems to be painting Robotham as some kind of hero of mine. Trust me, he's not a hero of mine.
Heck, it sure he's not a hero.
Well, no, it's just that these days I think you're the only one bringing them up. That's why I just commented on it, because
Well,
I
it's
think you bring them up often.
I do, only because I think flat earthers don't understand their own history. I mean, they don't understand. They talk often about, you know, the incredible intelligence of the ancients, and I agree, right? I mean, they were smart enough to figure out. They measured long before they had measured the size of the Earth. They knew that the moon was 250,000 miles away. That's easy. I've measured that distance. I did it the same way they did, using parallax. The moon is close enough that it's easy to measure the distance to the moon with parallax. And it's 250,000 miles, 60 times the radius of the Earth. It's a very, very
Holy crap,
distant
bro.
object.
You
And
used the
despite the
same
fact
method
that
someone
it's
else
that
did and came up
distant,
with the same result. That's incredible. I'm
they
going to have to
also
write that one
knew
down too.
They also knew that the sun was much further away than the moon because of the way when the moon is in first quarter, when half of it is illuminated, the sun is at 90 degrees. Relative to us, we look at the moon, we look at the sun, that forms a 90-degree angle. And that means that the sun is, and you can hold a ball aloft and do the same thing. The sun illuminates the moon almost exactly the same way that it illuminates the earth because they're very close to each other relative to the distance to the sun. So they knew that the moon was 250,000 miles away, and they knew that the sun was enormously further away than that. That's why they knew when Eratosthenes did his measurements that the light coming to the earth was parallel because it's not local. A local sun could reproduce Eratosthenes' observations even on a flat plane, even though it wouldn't, you know, there's other things I think you know about that don't work. But they knew that it wasn't a local sun. They'd already determined explicitly that it's distant. So all of the things they did because yes, they were primitive, but they weren't morons. They knew they understood math, they understood geometry, and they figured this stuff out thousands of years ago.
You are one of the best storytellers I've ever heard. Your voice is, you should be in radio.
I like how you just try to make it seem like this is all so ridiculous. But if I start asking you questions about the flat Earth, I'm just going to get a bunch of I don't know, who knows, nobody knows that. How would anybody ever know that?
All night. And, you know,
I mean, ask you some questions about the flat Earth. I mean, for instance, how high is the sun?
I can't determine that. I would never use, I can use an angle measurement.
Raqia, what is the system? How does it work?
They don't even know what it is. They don't know the shape of it, where it's at.
How does the sky work? I don't know all the questions are about the sky. Can you ask me about something I can actually touch and feel and measure?
Okay, what would happen if you kept digging on the flat Earth? If you had an infinite digging machine, what would happen if you kept digging?
That's your response to something he can validate?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just as
You have a
ridiculous
list
as
of
you
documents.
just being in here and snickering at the stuff that John's talking about. It's completely ridiculous, ignoring the absolute ridiculous of the flat Earth.
I didn't sticker that. I actually had a question about it, but he rambled on. The sunspot thing is cool as shit. Because I know the moon rotates, but I didn't know the sun did. So you're wrong about that. But anyway, asking me things that I can't prove, I'm not going to dive into y'all's theoretical fantasy world that y'all love so much, including the sky. I like to be more realistic on something I could actually measure, which would be water curving, because obviously it's so easy with a GPS. Can't wait.
It works better if you wait like 20 seconds after you insult us to gaslight us again.
Yeah, I mean, you were so moved by his sunspots, right? That it moved your needle how much? Like not even a fucking nanometer. It didn't move your needle at all. Don't get the fuck out of here, right?
You just make something up. Just go ahead. Just move my needle however much you think I moved.
Well, how much do you think it moved when you heard his sunspot matching story about the final experiment? Did it move it? Did it move it anything at all?
You talking about move me towards the globe? Zero.
Move your needle.
Zero.
Exactly.
The only thing,
not even a nanometer.
Exactly.
No, not even one bit. Because I'm the idiot who believes in a physical crystal-like dome above us. So light's coming through that plus the atmosphere, or of course going to be a lot wonky. Like do some incredible
you think the sun's
things
outside the dome?
But you think all this is ridiculous? But
hang on. I only had two people interrupt me that time. Maybe get the third person in, and I'll stop making my point. But I'm that idiot, right? So all this other stuff, you can't like throw mud on what I think because I'm crazier than what you think.
But you
I'm
said you always,
dumber and unintelligent to the point where I think there's a physical dome and waters above that.
you
So then
said
you put light shining through that, and you tell me how it acts. Shit.
Oh,
Good
so
luck,
wait a second.
buddy.
A minute ago, Raqia, you said that you only believe in things that you can touch and you could basically understand by interacting with it, right? But you've never in your life interacted with a material strong enough to make a fucking dome the size of the flat Earth that not only has to support itself, but also support the waters above that you just claimed you believe in. So you're telling me
No,
you only
it's a
believe in
belief.
things that you can touch, but you believe in a material that would have to be orders of magnitude stronger than any material you've ever touched in your life.
No, it's super solid. It's something we're just now starting to study, and I know very little about it. But I think
you
that's what
touched
it could be. That's my
You
theory.
haven't
But
touched it and interacted with it. You just said you only
you're
believe in
right.
things that you touch and interact with.
That's why I
So
said
that
I
was a
wouldn't use
lie.
it
So
as
that
a
was just
proof.
a lie.
He said
Yeah,
he believe. Hold on. He did say he
believes.
believes in the dome. He didn't say he can physically
I
verify.
know it and
He
prove
said,
it.
I
Yeah, I
only
can't touch
believe
it.
in things that I can touch and interact with. Like we can go back and play the tape. He said, I only believe in things that I can touch and interact with. But apparently he
exactly.
believes in this magical dome that's made of a material that he's never touched and interacted with.
Well, I wouldn't go that as my proof of flat Earth. I would go to a measurement of water not curving. So yeah, I don't go to the sky to prove my flat Earth theory, right? Or my belief in flat Earth. I don't do that ever. Y'all are the ones that have to go to the sky because when you go to the water, it screws you. Any
Not really.
local
Okay, go ahead and try
measurement,
to shift the topic away
any
from the fact that
accurate,
you just
the most
lied.
accurate measurements that are short in distance prove a flat Earth. Observations of the sky, the only one that really proves or has evidence towards a globe Earth is the 24-hour sun in Antarctica or in the south, which is hard to explain. That y'all should bring that up like every time people talk because it's a tough one, right? Without a physical crystalline dome and waters and all that, I wouldn't even. I would be like I'm dumbfounded, like I can't
Yeah, but
explain
the
that.
20-power sun didn't move the needle 1 inch, 1 nanometer for you either, right? It moved it
No,
zero
because
as
I
well,
believe
right?
in the dome. Because I believe the lights in the sky can actually be in the center, like can be rotating in a small circuit above us, right above the North Pole, and be projected in all different areas.
Sometimes it's
Like
best just to let flat earthers tell us explicitly what they
exactly,
believe.
exactly. I believe water doesn't curve. I believe the lights in the sky are just that, lights in the sky. I have thousands of pictures of what looks like a physical, like dusty rock in the sky called the moon. But to believe, to have faith in, have no way to replicate a rock floating above me, only seeing one face of it because it's tidally locked, but nothing else is. And there's no stars close enough to like touch, like go to or see. They're so far away that the
What do you
known
mean
ways
nothing
of
else
seeing
is?
and vision parallel, perspective doesn't affect them. They're just lights that you can see, but perspective doesn't affect. And then you have this burning gas ball called the sun that also it floats in the
Nothing's
center.
burning.
The
Sun's
ball
not
pass
burning.
through infinite space as it's expanding. And we can't go. We do send probes to it, but it's so hot that it burns your skin. And in the summertime, in the northern hemisphere, when it's further away, it's hot there. And when it's higher in my sky in the summertime,
Oh
although
my
it's
god.
further away, it's higher in my sky, which blows away perspective. And in the wintertime in the northern hemisphere, when the sun gets further away, it's lower in my sky and it gets colder. That doesn't make any sense because in the spherical model, it's actually closer in the wintertime, but it's lower in my sky and it's colder. Like those things don't add up, man. So it's for those reasons and about 1,000 more that I question where I live. So when I measure it and it's locally flat, and the best way I can measure it, it's flat, and I know that water doesn't curve in theory, right? Never been shown that. You can't replicate it, right? You have meniscus, but then you're saying if
Monologue.
there's meniscus, there's a container. Well, I agree with you. I think all water and fluid and gases, which is basically water, are contained. I now believe in a superfluid and a super solid, which could be where all the helium goes that's produced at ground level, basically, and rises up very fast. It combines with other gases at temperature and pressure and becomes a superfluid. I believe that's a frictionless fluid that, if you put it things on a certain track under superconductors, would track the same, like the sun and moon, would track the same yearly and never go away. Like they would never get off that path, and it would be like a clock. Like wagon wheels in the sky, right? And be a clock.
Okay, dude, monologue.
Hold on. But you believe in God, though, right?
Well, that's more I put my faith. Yeah, I believe there's a creator, and I call that.
It's really intriguing to know why this like model that you have has to be within the bounds of science. Then.
Well, I think science can prove things, although y'all don't. I think science proves things, but I think all things are created. There's either there's different intelligent degrees. Even in humans, I'm at one level, which is pretty low, obviously, right? And then there's people like Elon Musk. There's my cousin. There's people like that are just highly intelligent, and I think the creator of humans are even highly more intelligent than that. I call that one single thing God, the creator of all things, the great I am. Praise Jesus.
That was a mouthful, everything you just said there.
I know.
I don't understand.
I know it.
It just sounds like he's being boxed into the laws of science, like gas pressure requires containment, as if he can't work outside of that spectrum.
Until I'm shown different, other than what y'all claim to be the atmosphere, which is ridiculous in itself, because y'all do have a container. Y'all just are not proud of it for some reason. Actually, y'all have two containers. Y'all have the gravity-based container of our atmosphere, and once you go beyond that, you have a container of the universe. So you actually have two containers, and you golf at our one container. It's weird.
I won't stop talking. There's so many things to address.
Yeah, I agree. Like curving, water not curving. Let's start with that one.
What was this thing you said? The moon is tidally locked and nothing else is. What was that about? What do you mean nothing else is?
Where you only see one face of the moon. So all celestial objects that I know of, that's the only thing you only see one face of. Maybe there's more. You probably know more about space than I do.
Well, yeah, the moon. But other planets have moons that are tidally locked to their planet.
No, I'm talking about the Earth.
Well, how could other planet be tidally locked to the Earth?
And God is amazing, bro. I'll give you that. It's crazy. It's His domain.
What tidally locked means?
Psalms 19:1. God, the sky proclaims God's handiwork. It is amazing. Man will never figure out the sky. What we do have domain over is the earth. We can figure out the earthly things.
What? And you didn't understand? You said something. You don't understand how the seasons work.
I know how the seasons work. As the sun is on the Tropic of Cancer, it's closer to the northern hemisphere. So the heat source, the sun, is higher in the sky and warmer. That's the summer, season of summer. And as it moves towards the equator, you get spring, and then you get fall as it moves towards the Tropic of Capricorn. And when it gets to Tropic of Capricorn in the northern hemisphere, you have winter, because the heat source is the furthest away and it's lower in the sky.
But how does it?
Boy, that was easy.
But isn't the circumference of the southern hemisphere in a flat Earth longer than the north?
Yeah.
So does the sun move faster? Does it speed up?
Well, the speed of it is different, but the degrees in your sky, because it's at a different elevation and a different viewpoint, it's the same. It's like a clock wheel.
So then how is it that anytime you're anywhere south of the equator on that model, you can see all of the stars rotating around a singular point? How can you see the stars from all the way across the opposite side of your model?
I think the firmament and the creator of the sky is amazing. I agree with you. Day two creation, the firmament. 6 days of creation. The firmament, the container, which is very important, was created on day two, the entire day. It's amazing.
Wouldn't it take longer for the sun to go around the south than the north?
Just 15 degrees per hour to your perspective.
What?
It's always 24 hours, 15 degrees. It moves in the sky 15 degrees per hour.
But if the Earth was flat, the south would be a wider circle. A larger circle.
The sun is not going all the way to the south. It's just going to the Tropic of Capricorn.
Right, but that Tropic of Cancer is a bigger circle than the northern circle.
Yeah, but just by a little bit. But it's still 15 degrees per hour as it moves around that.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
where's your second pole at?
Yeah, no matter where you go, where you can see the sun, you can measure it to be 15 degrees per hour. But as it goes further away from you in the wintertime in the northern hemisphere, the days are shorter. You understand? Because it sets quicker because it's lower in the sky. In the summer, the daytime is longer. That's why they do the time change, so you can't really figure that out. Kind of screws with your head a little bit.
So the sun's always moving around in a clockwise circle, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so then why is it that in the southern hemisphere, when you're looking west, watching the sunset, it sets from right to left?
Southern hemisphere. Yeah, again, the sky is amazing. I agree. That firmament is crazy, brother. The effects of it are just unexplainable by man because we only have so much of a brain. Like some people are very limited. Like flat earthers have the most limited brain there is. Glovers are the smartest people I know.
Your words, not mine.
Yeah, I agree. It's crazy. When I was a Glover, bro, I was so smart you wouldn't even believe it.
So
That's how dumb y'all sound.
Would you like to know the real?
Flat earthers are dumb for believing in what they believe.
I assume you know.
I don't think you're dumb. I don't think you're dumb because you believe in the sphere part. Because I was once believing in it.
I didn't say you were.
People have tonight. I'm saying when people do. I didn't say you did. See, you're not even intelligent enough to follow my words that I said very clearly.
But I assume you know the real reason for the seasons, right? Would you like me to explain that to you, or you know that already?
I heard all of it. I was a Glober, like I said. Remember, you didn't listen. So I do understand the tilt of the
Everybody's
earth.
a Glober. Everybody's a Glober. Everybody's a Glober until they listen to Eric today. But you listen.
You miss the argument he actually said. He was talking about the 3,000 mile difference in the summer and the winter due to the alleged claimed elliptical orbit of the Earth around the sun. He was talking about the 3 million mile difference. That's what he was.
I heard what he said. That's got nothing to do with the seasons.
He mentioned that in relation to the seasons, that you're closer to the sun and it's colder. That's what
2% change in distance versus a complete change of the angle, right? Like, does the solar panel make way less power the moment you start taking it off of its 90-degree incidence? It makes way less power.
You want me to show you an example you could do in real life, Gio? You take a piece of paper and you shine a flashlight really close to the paper directly, and it warms the paper up. Then you shine the flashlight, you put the paper at an angle to the light and shine the flashlight, the paper won't be so warm.
That's awesome. That's another way, right? No one disagrees with that.
That's your real life replica that you like to do, Gio. You want to replicate real life.
That's one way, and only one of us can see two different ways. You can only see one way.
Gio always says, I want to see it duplicated in real life. So there's a real life way to show how it works.
That's not duplicating negative 15 degree temperatures on one part of the Earth and 110 temperatures on the other part. It's not duplicating it. Just to have a different angle of light.
That when you have direct sunlight and the other sunlight spread out over a longer distance, that's why you can duplicate that.
But you cannot duplicate negative 10 degrees to 110 degrees. You cannot duplicate that difference.
What are you talking about? Negative 10 to 110? What are you speaking about?
The temperatures on the Earth.
Where and when? What do you mean?
Well, when the Earth is tilted, let's say the globe Earth thing, the sun's at the Tropic of Capricorn. It could be very hot for 110 of the people underneath the sun of the Tropic of Capricorn, but at another part of the Earth, it's negative 10 or 0 degrees. It's very cold. The same time on the Earth, you can't replicate anything. You can't replicate anything tilting or changing at a distance from a heat source and replicate that heating effect.
I just told you how to do it.
Just because you do a light at an angle, nobody's contesting that if you have a rotisserie chicken and
I'm not talking about chickens.
Please don't interrupt me. Nobody's arguing that if you have a rotisserie chicken in an example or a flashlight shine on a sheet of paper, like you said, any type of these examples, that you can get some variation based upon the way the light hits it and the proximity and so on. But the claim of what the globe is these dramatic differences of the seasons are what's being referred to. And the seasons can be, like I said, as much as even negative 10, negative 20, negative 30 in some places, and over 100 at another portion on the surface.
Okay, where? What locations are you speaking about? You don't make yourself very clear.
Are you arguing, Gio, that the angle? Regardless of what you think about the model of the Earth, the sun is low in the sky in the winter in the northern hemisphere, and it's high in the sky in the summer. And I don't think it's hard to understand, just from what Robert said, why that makes all the difference. It doesn't matter the minor difference in distance. The fact that the sun is closer to us in the winter than it is in the summer is overwhelmed by the fact that in the winter it's very low in the sky, and just the same amount of light falls on much more area. It doesn't warm the Earth as much up here as it does up here in the summer.
Okay, well, there's a few things in the mix. Raqia mentioned the 3 million mile difference. I didn't make that argument. He mentioned it. And if they want to talk about that, I was just telling Robert that is what he had said. I was just trying to say that.
Well, I heard what he said.
I know, but that's the 3 million mile thing. That's what John's now responding to. But Robert is actually not responding to that. You're just talking about the tilt. And then we brought up the heating difference. And can it be replicated? You were saying it can be replicated, and I was coming back to say it cannot be replicated to have the differential. Like if you have like a marble, let's say, a little marble, and you have a heat source, whether it's a flame or a bonfire or a flashlight, any type of heat source, you cannot replicate the heating effects on a ball with a distant light source, a distant heat source, whatever that is, whether it's 93 million miles, whether it's 5 miles, whether it's 5 feet, and replicate the heating effects that the difference in temperature. And having like the poles freezing cold and bitter cold, and then the equator extremely warm. If you had any type of ball or any type of heat source, any type of ball, the way that heat distributes, and the inverse square law of heat, and so on, all the different factors, you could never create a marble that's being heated by a sun or any type of heat source.
Marble have an
But you're talking about
just
material that's going to.
A little bit of tilt that is occurring, you cannot replicate.
But Gio, if it's in a room, you've got massive conduction between the material, right? If it's a ball, it's like 12 inches in diameter. It's conducting heat across of it, and it's also surrounded by the same air that's going to be that's going to immediately convect the heat from one section to the other. It's drastically different than a planet with a comparatively paper thin atmosphere, enveloping it. Right? That's like completely different than some ball sitting in a room where you've got like conduction and convection going like crazy across the ball. Of course, if you heat one side, although you could still set up a heat lamp and easily hit it with an air thermometer and see a massive difference due to the angle of incidence. Like the direct 90 degrees of the rays is going to be a lot hotter than the parts that are like a glancing blow right near the top and the bottom. You'll be able to easily see that with an IR gun, right, or with the infrared camera. Or IR camera, right? So I don't understand because what causes the seasons on the flat Earth, right? The sun gets further and closer away, right? That's the claim about what causes the seasons on the flat Earth, right? Gio?
That's one claim. He might have to go do something. Yeah, that's one claim. The heat source gets further away, so it gets cooler. That's a tough one, huh? To understand.
Well,
and as it gets closer,
why is it that a solar panel, as long as you line up the solar panel to have the same angle of incidence, to have a direct angle of incidence, you can make just as much power out of that solar panel in the summertime as you can in the wintertime.
So you're saying that the solar panels are based on heat?
No, the solar panels are based on irradiance per square meter, right? The amount of energy for every square foot or square inch or square meter of energy that hits it is what it's converting into electricity. And solar panels work on almost most of the visible wavelengths of light and a little bit into the infrared, right?
I don't know what that has to do with what I said about in the summertime. I don't even care if it's a heat source that's not whatever. That wouldn't create any energy on a solar panel. Just a heat source. As it gets closer to you, does it get cooler or hotter?
What's the method that the sun transmits energy to the surface
Won't answer any question. Won't answer it. That's two questions I've asked you haven't answered.
We've already shown that the sun can't be local. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean,
so it can be.
The sun is it's just light. It's just
water curve. So we're on a sphere, and I'm ignorant again, right? I'm just saying it's not ignorant to say that when the heat source, no matter what it is, I'm not making a claim because I have no idea. what the sun is. It is really impossible for me to know. I don't claim to know. I don't even really want to know. I do know that it provides heat or seems to, however it does it. And when it gets closer to me, it's hotter.
No, it doesn't
And
get
another
closer.
reason I know or believe or think or have evidence that it's closer, it's higher in my view during that hotter season called summer. And as it appears to get lower in the sky in springtime and fall and winter, it gets cooler. The
Because
lower in the sky, the cooler it gets. It's amazing, bro. I'm talking about, it's the craziest shit I've ever seen. It's like magic. Yeah, you laugh, but I mean, come on, man. It's a simple way of explaining something that y'all don't think it can happen because you live on a sphere.
No, because I can explain to you how the seasons work, and then you're just going to dispute it and say, no, that doesn't
Don't
make any
argue
sense.
with the alternative method. I don't even argue with it. It would work, okay, 100%. If it was a sphere spinning, rotating, hauling ass through space and tilted at a certain degree, and that rotation around orbit around the sun would cause seasons. If you want to believe that, I don't fight it at all. I'm just saying there's another way.
Yeah, but your way requires the sun to be close to you.
Yeah. Is the flat Earth sun? Is it within the Earth's atmosphere, or is it not in the Earth's atmosphere? The flat Earth sun.
No clue. No, I have no even way of thinking that. Sometimes when I look at it and have videos of it, it looks really far away. Other times it looks like it's in my local cloud. So can I explain that? No, I can't. I know I have video of it. Sometimes it looks white. It looks like a small white dot in the sky. And then hours later in the same sky, it looks orange and huge, even with a solar filter. Amazing, right? Can I explain that? No. Do I have to? No, I don't really care. I think the sky is amazing. That's all. That's it. It provides warmth. The moon, it provides light. The moon is amazing in itself. I think it has something to do with the electrical fields. That's why they call it the ground. There's some merit in saying that the sun and moon are the charges. I mean, we get energy from the sun. I don't doubt that. Well, you can collect the energy with solar panels. I don't doubt that. Do you need the sun in the sky to collect energy from the sky or from the light that comes from the sky? No, I don't believe that. But I'm that crazy fool that believes that light was created before the sun.
I'm too tired for this.
Yeah, I would be too. I would give up. I would just go read a book or listen to a guy and just believe every word he says. And when you walk outside tonight and see the stars moving across the sky, just know that you're hauling ass backwards away from them. Like you're spinning like a madman, 1,000 miles an hour.
At the equator, the Earth rotates at 0.0007 RPM at the equator.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. I read that in the same damn book you did. I probably got the same
per hour. 15 degrees per hour.
Was that in 9th grade or 10th when you read that book? That man-written book that you believe in and trust to the hell and back. But the other man-written book, called the Bible, you don't believe in.
You don't measure rotation in linear speed.
Let me try and make sense to people and why I get so aggravated. The same person will tell me the Bible's not true because it's written by man, but will quote and quote for 10 years stuff out of a man-written book. It's amazing. Textbook after textbook, as long as it says science on
front, build a model in your head
and believe it because it's.
You'll also build a model in your head that's based off scientific laws and not God's miraculous wonder. So it's like you're lying to yourself.
I believe I'm not lying to myself. You can try and project onto me all you want. I think you're lying to yourself. I think you're projecting. If you can't see it both ways, you're projecting on me.
No, well,
I can see it both ways. I was a flat earther. I was a glober when I measured the flat water. I became a flat earther before I even knew. Before I knew it was in the Bible. And you don't know what I've done. You can stop projecting on me too. You're a sad human being. Are you the guy that said
your Bible says you can't measure the water? So what are you talking about?
You can't measure the breadth of the waters. You need to learn your scripture, sir.
Aren't you the guy that said you're also a pilot too?
I'm not a pilot. I'm a captain. My brother's a pilot. Y'all lie about me all the time.
What's the squawk code for radio failure?
And that sounds. Hold on,
I
let's
have
keep
no
on what
idea.
he was
I
saying.
find that
It
so
says you
bad.
can't
You've never
measure
flown
the
a plane
breadth
in
of
your
the
life.
water, so it's almost like it's endless, or like as if it's spherical. But in where your claim is that it does have bound, and it's got these ice walls that hold it in, and it's this flat plane that you've got measured out with numbers
Nah,
and
you're
stars and
projecting on me
GPs
again.
associated for it.
I don't know what you
Just
just
like
said,
you
but
built
it's
these
not me.
numbers there, but your book says you
You're just
can't.
you're just taking what you've heard from your buddies about flat earthers or from other flat earthers and projecting it onto me. Believe me, I'm
It's
way
your
different than
map.
most flat earthers.
Bottom line, dude, is
It's your map, dude. Your bullseye map. Your UN flag map. We're going off what you've been
I
talking
don't know
about.
what you're talking about.
the bottom line
I've
is
never even been to the south. I've never measured it, so I don't know.
45 minutes ago we talked about the sunset. You couldn't dispute it. You even
Now the
acknowledged
South
it.
doesn't
That's
exist.
a
He's never
lie.
been there. He can't
I gave
confirm
a
it.
very
This
specific
is
way it
flat
would say.
Earth. You get pinned into a corner and nothing exists. No,
That's a
everybody could
lie.
be in on it. Your family might be in on it, dude.
That's a lie. You're just projecting again.
Nothing's
Stop.
real.
Y'all stop doing this.
There's no
Can we go on
reality.
to the topic? Can we please stop talking about me and projecting onto me? Because those are just lies, bro. You don't know me at all.
Thank God.
One Glober yesterday said I bragged about how many Rolexes I have. I don't even wear a watch. I haven't owned a watch in 40 years. I'm 55. Last time I wore a watch was when I was like 15. And it was a diver's watch because I was scuba diving. Y'all are weird, man. Y'all want us to be so wrong and so like appear to be ugly. Y'all make up shit. Y'all even make up shit. It's bad enough. You don't have to make up anything about me. I'm a Christian, Bible believing human being that believes a solid dome above us. You don't have to make up shit and lie about me. You have plenty of ammunition to mock and scoff me if that's where you get your pleasure. That's why you come here. I give you plenty of ammunition. Go for it. You make yourself sound dumb. That's on you, bro. I've graduated all your colleges. I've gotten all your degrees. I can pass all your tests. I make a good living in your world, in your global world. I just don't believe in it. Sorry. Most people don't believe in God. I'm fine with that. I do. Sorry. I wish you did. I'll give you the good word. I promise you. No atheists, although I've asked many and have some in my family that I've asked, give me the good news about being an atheist. How would it change my life? How would it make my life better or my family's life better? No answer, ever. I can tell you how God, believing in Jesus Christ and getting down on your
Well, then
knees
why are
right
you
now and
going down
bowing
the
down
flat
to
Earth
the Lord
rabbit
and
hole?
Savior
That's ran
will
by
give you
nothing but an
salvation
atheist.
and eternal life. That's a benefit, right? No benefit to atheism, not one.
But you're chasing down an atheist rabbit hole. Flat Earth is ran
No,
by atheists.
no, I don't believe that. Earth is run by
All
God.
your
God
information, all your
allows.
servers, everybody's an atheist. It came from
I
them.
don't. That's just not true. That's a lie too.
You do some homework then.
That's a lie. And plenty of people at this particular server here, including, I mean, Essie, that I don't want to name names. I don't want to put them on the spot. They've changed their view on Creator and God. Dave Weiss used to be an atheist for 40 years. Now he's not. You know why? Because of this topic, creation.
Because he's tracking flat earthers through a fake dating app. We can have
No,
their geolocation at all
he's
times.
just not blinded by the scientific theoretical bullcrap that says there is no God and that you're nothing, that you're insignificant, that you're not special. And he has other people that tell him, wait a minute, just think about it. You are special. Instead of the sun being in the center of the earth. You know why? Because it was made for you to live and dwell and be happy and have joy, not to fight about where you live. If the sun was in the center, that's fine, right? If the creator put it there, but that's not what he said. The earth is in the center and you are special. Science, your beloved God tells you you're not special, that earth is not in the center, and it's just one dot in the infinite, ever expanding space, little piece of dust. That doesn't matter. You do not matter.
Most
I believe
Christians
you do
say
matter.
you do matter. Most Christians say you are special. And most
I do.
Christians say that the sun is the center of the solar system.
Well, most Christians do say that. I agree. I used to be one of them. But not all Christians, but all, what scientist tells you you're special? They over and over again in every textbook tell you you're just insignificant piece of dust, and Earth is not the center of anything.
Science does not say that.
Yeah, the point is that you don't have to say that we're not special in order to believe in the globe.
Okay, I
that's
agree with
more
that.
that's more brainwashing. Those words that you repeated came from atheist cult leaders in flat
No, they
Earth
didn't.
that put that impression on you.
Well, maybe so. I mean, I like his view. I'm not saying, but I'm saying you are special. Don't let science tell you you're not. So if they're wrong about that, what else are they wrong about, sir?
Science doesn't tell you that you're not special. I just want to make that very, very clear. That may be your interpretation of what science states as to the reality of the
No, it's
universe,
not his
but that's your
interpretation, Professor
interpretation.
Parks. That's not his. That's what that quote has been said in the community of flat Earth for a while, and it's like it's like an argument that they use, like, oh, well, this is what this model means: the globe, Earth, and space. It means your accident, this, that, and the other. Multiple people have said it before, and that's from the mouth of atheists, because it's like that's the atheist point of view. They want you to feel like that.
Okay, I see your point. I see your point, but most flat earthers get that from the scientists that make explicit videos telling you you're not special, and that you're insignificant, and that you're just a little speck of dust. It doesn't mean anything.
Well, I'm a scientist, and I tell you the opposite. You are significant.
I applaud you. I applaud you then, but I'm just telling you some of the large. So you've seen the videos here. That's why I'm what I'm saying, I've formed that bias, I guess, right? Because I don't hear science books telling me that I am special and God is my creator and that this is going to happen. And now I can watch show, like I watched a movie the other day of a investigative reporter, and his wife became a Christian and he hated it because they were both atheists and happy, right? And then when she became a Christian, he was set back by that. So he went out and tried to disprove Christianity, actually the resurrection, because it was Easter time, they put it out, right? And he had to say, okay, God, you got me, right? Because I did all my investigative reporting over this past year. I traveled here and talked to all the experts, and all the experts, are saying that this happened. There's more proof of the resurrection of this man, right, that y'all call Jesus or God, than I ever even of anything else, right? There's accounts, there's things that wouldn't happen. They wouldn't use women as as the first witnesses, because back then women weren't witnesses. They weren't allowed to be witnesses, right? So it made it more valid. There was all types of documents. There's written down, in stone, basically documents.
Could you explain that one to me? Why would people who are invalid as witnesses make better witnesses?
Well, you would never. So if I use, you'd have to watch it. I mean, it's hard for me to understand, or explain right now.
I've heard people make it before, and it never made sense to me. Where the argument seems to be, if they were lying, they would have picked male witnesses.
Well, the whole thing
is pick women who couldn't be witnesses is proof that it's true. But I'm like, my gut feeling is no. That tells me the opposite. It means it's giving an excuse as to why we don't have any testimony or first-hand accounts or anything showing from judicial records or Roman records at the time. But it at best goes neither way. At worst, it's worse for the resurrection account, I think.
You do have records, though, that are really close to the resurrection time, right? That are so close that they're valid, or people say, the experts say they're valid. And I'm not saying Christians. I'm saying anybody who looks into it with a blind eye say that, these people who were hired, who were experts at doing crucifixions, 3 people were crucified that day, not just Jesus, the man Jesus. That two criminals were crucified on the same day, and no one's claiming that they rose from the dead, right? Like they were killed by expert crucifixists. They would be killed themselves if they actually didn't kill Jesus. So obviously he was killed, right? So the only question is whether he escaped from the grave. Well, if you look into how they buried, how they wrapped him, how they did everything, it's impossible for any man, dead or alive, right, to escape the rap and the way he was buried, where he was buried in the tomb.
Except we've got very conflicting accounts of how he got out of the tomb, right? Every account of his resurrection is significantly different to the last. Worst being Matthew's, who says that lots of people rose from the dead on that day, that he was among many holy men.
Are we shifting into a different topic? Because can I just say that the whole concept from before about not holding a special or privileged place in the universe, or having like not being significant, not being special, etc. A lot of that stems from the Copernican principle. That's essentially what the Copernican principle states. So it is a part of mainstream science today in various ways, especially like the more atheistically, and also the Newtonian Cartesian materialistic paradigm. So it is sort of like in there as arguably a foundation, although I realize there are people, scientists who are religious or who don't hold that position. But go ahead, Professor Parks.
So yes. So again, that is all the cosmological principle states is that there is no preferred physical position in the universe. You are the one interpreting that as stating that that means that humanity has no special place, period. Having a special physical place does not necessitate, or does, how do I put this? One can be special without sitting in a special chair. One can be special without having everything revolve around them. So when people state that this is baked into the Copernican model and all that, it isn't. It is simply your interpretation of what the model says. Like, I don't have to be the center of the universe to know that I am special.
And it's not even theirs, it's their too vague. And then it got adopted and passed around.
I mean, I understand that there are prominent atheist voice in the scientific community, and I don't like them. I really do not like Neil deGrasse Tyson. I think the man is a pedantic asshole. I don't like Lawrence Krauss. I really don't like Dawkins. So yes, there are scientists who make the claim that current science basically disproves God. And you know what? They're wrong. The science does not say that. Science makes no claim on whether or not there is or is not a God. It's simply a description of the physical reality which we live in.
I was talking about the man scientists, right? Those people you mentioned explicitly. And science doesn't do that, but it does point towards we're insignificant, like a small piece of a huge, huge realm. We're not in the center. You know, the outlook of the biblical account, or you know, that going towards that would be that it would make sense that the earth would be the center and everything revolves around that if it was created for us, right? But it doesn't mean that a God or a creator wouldn't create the model that we're debating, right? Like it doesn't mean it can't be a sphere, or God wouldn't do that, or it wouldn't be special or amazing. I mean, it is amazing either way. Either way, right? Either model is crazy. The sky alone is unexplainable in either model, right? It amazes me either way. But that also proves to me that there must be a higher intelligent or intelligent design than humans. I know humans didn't create Earth, right?
Correct. Let me give you a different perspective. So you probably have heard some version of Carl Sagan's dust mote suspended in a sunbeam. Carl Sagan was also an atheist, and he actually, in his book Pale Blue Dot, actually states that humanity is insignificant because of its position. I completely disagree with that. If you look at the immensity of the universe, how large it is in extent and how old it is in time, we are it. We are the only humans that are in this entire or this entire vast universe. To me, that makes us extraordinarily special. We are rare. If the Earth were to go away, humanity would end. So I can't think of a more significant thing than being such a small part of a vast universe. Diamonds are not significant because there are lots of them. Actually, the more diamonds you have in the market, the less significant any individual diamond becomes. So when someone tells me that I am living on a dust mote in cosmic void, that actually gives me hope. That actually inspires me, because that means that God created all of this and still remembered to create me. So again, it boils down to your interpretation of what the science is telling you. You can either be pessimistic about it or you can be optimistic about it.
So you believe in the creator God?
Yes.
Are you a Bible believer?
Yes, but I do not believe the Bible literally.
Okay, even without believing it literally, when it says that it's stationary, what does that mean? What is stationary in Hebrew or Greek? That doesn't mean that it's not moving.
So when I think of when I hear things like that, to me those are passages meant to inspire and be interpreted. I do not take the Bible literally in the sense that it tells me that the earth is flat and stationary.
And I didn't say anything about, when it says it's stationary, how can it be interpreted the wrong way, or to inspire something else? Like it says very explicitly, many times by many different. If you believe in the Bible, right, it's many different writers over different time periods. They never met. They didn't get together. It's a collective of books. It's not just a book. So, but the story, it holds true, right? They all say it's stationary. They all say it's immovable. The Creator Himself, if you believe in that, will say that it's this created in this many days, however many days you think that actually is in human life. But on these certain days, this was created. There's, you can't deny that. There is no interpretation on those type of things. There's interpretations all through the Bible. Like different writers use different forms, and you can interpret it kind of different ways. I get that part, but not in these, and not different writers saying the same thing.
So, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just kind of rambling.
So when I say interpretations, to me, the Bible is a moral textbook. It is something that I derive moral principles from. And so the things that are written in that book or in that collection of books, I look for interpretations that have a moral meaning. Like, for example, the creation story. What the creation story tells me is that God had a plan, that God was very systematic on how He constructed the universe, how He brought humanity into existence. Do I literally believe that He divided the waters above from the waters below? No. I'm looking at this from a sort of moral or metaphysical standpoint, not from I do not use the Bible to try to physically understand the universe. That's what science textbooks.
If the creator of your TV told you that the power button turned it on, why would you believe otherwise? Like the creator of the universe, the creator of your breath, right, is telling you He made the earth, put it in the center of the sun and moon circuit above, and the earth is stationary, does not move, set on pillars, all that, right? He told you that explicitly. He didn't tell you, but He also gave you guidance about how to be a moral person, all that. But in creation, He told you these very specific things. Why would you believe that His words, right, that are written down by man and preserved over eons, are not right or meant to be taken in a different way? That's strange to me, but I like your input.
So, to your analogy of the creator of the television and the power button, the television is not a moral instrument. The television is not a device that is supposed to guide one's salvation, guide one to salvation. It's not a device that tells people how to live a good life, to make God proud, and to help others. So I don't quite, it's not a good analogy in that sense.
I don't think what you're saying is a good analogy because Earth is not the moral compass, right? God gives you explicit rules and regulations and laws to live by to make you a moral person on Earth, but He gives you explicit instructions on how He created Earth, what He made it out of, and what He meant for it, what it was meant for. Why would you deny it?
So again, I do not deny what it is meant for. What I disagree with you on is that I have to also believe in the strict literal interpretation of how things physically operate in the Bible. Like, for example, there are two creation stories. So where did woman come from? Did woman come from clay and dirt, or did woman come from Adam's rib? Genesis 1 tells you that that women came from the rib. Genesis 2 tells us that woman was created with man from clay. So which of those two descriptions am I supposed to believe?
Well, I think because man was created before woman, I don't know the time frame. I don't think anyone does. And it says man was created from earth. That's what it's saying. Woman was created from also. But the way the process was, he took a rib that was created by clay, right, man, and made woman because man was lonely. It doesn't totally, like people say, well, what wouldn't God have known that man was going to be lonely? Yeah, I think He did, but I think this is the process that He used so people would realize the value of man and woman, the relationship. He also made it the way that people, you have babies, whatever you want to call it, but populate the earth, right? You need man and woman. If He wouldn't have created woman, He would have created another way that man could create, populate the earth. It's just His process, but I don't deny any of that. Did a man live in the belly of a whale for 3 days and spat on the beach and come out and do all these prophecies? Yeah, I believe that 100% happened. Were there giants? Yeah, I think so. Right? I believe that wholeheartedly. I have no reason not to. Does the sun, moon, and stars circuit above me? Yeah, I believe that 100%. Is there waters above a firmament above us and God's throne sits upon it? Yeah, in heavenly waters? Yeah, I believe that 100%. You know why? Because I have no reason to doubt it. No other part of God's word has ever lied to me. Every event in my life is in the Bible. Every event, everything I've gone through, every way I've turned, every sin, every blessing, everything is talked about, told to me ahead of time that's going to happen. And, I can deal with it this way or I can deal with it that way. If I deal with it that way, these are going to be the consequences. If I don't do this, if I do that, and it's all come true. It's never, ever lied to me. Ever. Like it's, maybe I'm special in that way. I haven't had any issues with that. I don't drink and smoke, not because the Bible told me to. It's just I think that's the moral compass that was put inside of me. My faults are pride and whatever. I don't do drugs. I've never smoked marijuana, but I eat M&Ms every day. You understand what I'm saying? Your sin is different drugs. I don't put it past. My sin is no greater than yours or whatever. It's we're all here together. I used to be, it's weird because my skin color is not white, but I used to judge people based on their skin color when I was younger because that's the way the propaganda I was brought up around in the schools and all that. I no longer am like that because of what God's word teaches me, that we're all, human, how we were spread apart, even how our languages were spread apart. I just don't get it, man. When I can put quotes here that says, man, the sun, moon, and stars are in the heavens. Man can ascend into the heavens, right? Then we're not going to the moon. Do I believe we're going to the moon? No, I don't. Why? Well, the main reason is because it all didn't seem right to me. My gut feeling, I'm pretty good at that. And then there was a large group of people that were coming out with things that I could see going, wow, that I do question it. And then I found out it's in the Bible. So that's the interest. Same thing with flat Earth. I didn't know that it was in the, go ahead.
No, go ahead if you want to finish.
No, just rambling. You cut me off at a good time.
Well, I was just trying to interject. I was going to ask, like, Professor Parks, like, along lines with that, like, how do you decide what in the Bible is literal, what is not literal, and then when it comes to the cosmology parts, like, how do you decipher which parts are, like, do you think any of it's literal?
The only thing that I believe literally that happened was the resurrection of Christ. Now, do I believe that the Gospels, each story of that resurrection is literally accurate? No, I do not. Because as I think Eggshells points out, there are significant differences in the Gospels on what actually went down during the crucifixion and resurrection that are not compatible.
Yeah,
So,
you can't feasibly have them all, be concurrent accounts of the same event.
Yeah. So, to me, it isn't important how God created man and how God created woman. What is important to me is that God created both, that God recognized that man by himself is lonely. What that tells me is that is a directive to me that tells me that I should not live an isolated existence, that I should seek companionship in one way or another.
That's a literal account of the Bible. You do believe in a literal account.
I don't. I don't believe that man was created from clay.
The very word of the Bible. That's the literal word of the Bible. That's God's word saying that man was lonely. He created woman to so he wouldn't be alone. And you're right about how he was created. It doesn't matter. The story might the overall story never gets construed. Like the one writer might disagree with the other, or there might be some accounts by witnesses that are different or whatever. But the overall story that Jesus was resurrected or woman was created so man wouldn't be lonely is a literal account of the Bible. You're more of a literalist than you think.
Possibly, but I do not believe that that humanity was born from clay. I also do not believe that a thriving biome can exist from a population of two people.
I got you.
Biologically speaking, there's a lot of inbreeding going on in there. So that's problematic to me. But the point that I'm trying to make is with the Genesis story, particularly Adam and Eve, it's not important to me how they came about. What's important to me is what that story is trying to tell me. And what that story is trying to tell me, again, is that we are meant to be social. We are meant to seek others like us and to have companionship. And it is not in God's plan, or it is not, God would prefer us not to isolate ourselves, to cut ourselves off from the world. That is the lesson I learned from the Genesis story. It doesn't matter. The specifics don't matter to me.
Well, your
interpretation. Just one point. If you say, it depends a lot of how you interpret it as well. Well, man was made of clay. Well, was that meant to be abiogenesis? In fact, it could be interpreted in that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you could find a lot of, and people do that as well, where they go, well, the 7 days could have been like before there's revolution, before there's anything to move the land and the sea, then what is a day? So yeah, there are lots of work, I think, to try to bring those together.
But again, what that points to is an interpretation of a physical mechanism. I never do that. The Bible, I do not look to the Bible for an explanation of physical mechanisms. I do not look to the Bible on how life is created. I don't look at the Bible to find out exactly what was created when. These are all physical situations that is a question for science. Science cannot tell me how I should morally live.
Do you think even the resurrection could be allegorical, Professor Parks?
No. For me, that's one of the things. If you could prove to me definitively that Christ was not resurrected, then I would seriously doubt my faith. Because
Right, then
the
it's
resurrection, is pivotal to the redemption of sin and the forgiveness of sin. It is the ultimate expression of God's love.
I agree. And when you really look into it, you can just take God's word and say Jesus was resurrected on the third day and all that, and just trust it. But if you go back and research, if it is true that all the documentation is the recorded documents and the eyewitnesses of the resurrection and him coming back to life and presenting himself to so many living souls that went to death for a lie, basically, that sort of thing. If you believe that is true, then the resurrection definitely happened. And how, then maybe all the other miracles are true. I believe they are, right? Like it just combined. The resurrection is the centerpiece of everything else, I believe.
Same, in a sense.
Although I'll be quick. I'm sorry. Although many people were resurrected on that day, as you pointed out with Matthew's writings, I do believe that Jesus is not exclusive in the only living man that was resurrected from the dead. There were many miracles that were done that were probably more of a miracle than a life giver bringing someone back to life after they died, right? That's not really a huge miracle in my eyes if God the Creator exists. That's not really, it's a miracle to me because I'm a human, right? I can't do that. But it's not a miracle in the sense that if God exists, it would be true. That's not a miracle at all. It would be done. It could have been done. Everybody's going to be resurrected at some point.
That happened in other stories as well for those times, and not just from the Bible. It seems like resurrection was sort of normal in those days.
Yeah, maybe so. Could have been.
Yeah,
I think a lot of things were different way back then. Even 100 years ago. Think of how much was different in your lifetime. How many things have changed? It's crazy how fast it's going, right? So think about 5,000 years or 6,000 years or a billion years if you believe in that. Who's to say what was going on 1,000 years ago? Have you seen what's going on now?
But there can't be any doubt that there's many ways of interpreting the Bible for different people. I mean, where is it? Is there about 48,000 different denominations on Earth, which everyone has a slightly different interpretation of it? But as Parks said, I think the main core of Christianity must be Jesus and his resurrection. Because otherwise, there's no way that you can have your sins forgiven.
Well, it's the way that Christianity sets itself apart from all the other 48,000 religions or whatever you said. Is that they're the Christianity has the only risen God, like that is alive. God is alive and not dead. All the other so-called gods, and even the gods that were proclaimed, like the sun god, they weren't living gods. They were things that were entities that were worshipped as idols, but not living.
Hang on. I was not talking about other religions. 48,000 different denominations within Christianity.
Sure.
It just shows that the Bible is interpreted differently for different people.
Yeah, I agree. It shows how man can screw up something so great, and that's why you get even the New Living Translations versus the King James or whatever. You get verses that are taken out because it don't fit the narrative, man's narrative. It has nothing to do with God's laws, nothing, or His words. It's man getting in the way, and God warned us about that. He told us that we screwed up. That's why He sent. That's the whole reason that Jesus was resurrected, to forgive us for our sins. That's the whole reason. Man screwing up things, even the Bible, man screws up God's word. Think about that. And then there's a great deceiver that rules the world according to God's word. If it's true, then, what better way to hide the creator than to deceive people about creation? So that's why when the Bible says that it's stationary and science says, or man says that it's moving, I mean, what better way to hide the creator and his word than for man to get involved and say, what you see in the sky moving is not moving, you're moving. I mean, it just is amazing.
But even there are plenty of people interpret the Bible in different ways. They still believe in Jesus Christ and God, but they also think that the earth is moving and the sun is then the earth is rotating around the sun. So
but in that instance, there can only be one person that's right.
Yeah, my problem with it, even though I'm an agnostic, my problem with it is, how is it that the Bible can be interpreted in so many different ways, and everyone, more or less everyone, claim their interpretation is the only correct one?
Well, because we're deceived and our mind is powerful. Even God's disciples denied him. And he prophesied that. He said that you'll deny me 3 times, right? And they did. Even the people who saw Jesus perform all these miracles, heal the blind, walk on water, whatever you want to go to, right? If all those are true, the men that stood by him during that time and saw this happen and knew these things happened, that he was the Son of God that he proclaimed, and he prophesied that you are going to deny me, right? 3 times. And that happened, right? If those stories are true, that just proves to you how fallible men are. And that's why we deny God's word so often. When God's word, even when you believe in the resurrection, and you believe that you're going to be saved and you're doing this and you're doing all the right things, you're asking for forgiveness for your sins and doing all the other things that the literal interpretation of the Bible tells you to do, you're doing that while proclaiming that you're not a Bible literalist, because when it says that the earth is stationary, it's not, because scientists, men, have told you that it's moving, that it's moving and it's not stationary. That's just weird.
Do you think we should follow the Messianic laws still?
What are you talking about? The 10 Commandments?
Jesus said that we could if we'd like to.
Not the 10 Commandments, no. All of the Messianic laws. Well, there's about 600 of them.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
Messianic. Do you have any idea of what a Messianic law is? Is do not wear blended clothes. So someone who is going to follow the law will not wear polyester. Kosher. If you're following the law, then you have to be kosher. That's Messianic law.
Yeah, I think those are more of before the resurrection. God's laws are very specific, and there's not many of them that, they go in order, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you follow these laws, you don't need man-made laws. I don't need a law telling me not to go 80 miles an hour through a school zone, because God's law gives me the common sense and the morality and the senses to know that's not right. You understand what I'm saying? Like, humans only need God's law. Even if you don't believe in God's laws, if you follow them, you don't need anything else.
So
you don't even
Jesus had something to say about. Jesus had something to say about the law. I don't remember where it is in the Bible, but someone asked him essentially that question is, do we still need to follow the law? And Jesus says, I am not here to change one twiddle or whatever. He's not here to change the law. You can still follow the law if you would like. The issue at hand was that people were putting the law above God's love. And so Jesus basically boiled it all down and said, you can follow the law if you want to, but you need to keep in mind this is about God, and this is about how we treat each other. So effectively, there are two commandments. There is love God above all else, and then love your neighbor as you love yourself. That's it. If you follow
Yeah.
those two laws, those two ideas, then all of the other laws basically, fall out of that. If you love your neighbor, you're not going to steal from them. If you love your neighbor, you're not going to kill them. If you love your neighbor, you're not going to steal those, take his wife. So Jesus was attempting to point to tell people one of the reasons why he came was because the Jews at the time were fixated on the law and they were losing sight of the bigger picture, which is God's love. Now,
And
in
that's in
terms of the
everything.
interpretation, I I personally do not have the hubris to state that my interpretation of the Bible and how I see things in the Bible is the correct one. It is correct for me. This is the what I understand God is attempting to tell me. This is what the lessons and the moral compass that God is attempting to instill in me. And so that is what I'm going to do. Now,
Yeah.
is it correct? Absolutely. I don't know, because that would mean that I know God's brain. I know what God is thinking, God's ultimate design. And God being infinite and beyond comprehension, that's not possible for a fallible being.
That's well said. I'll back you up on that. We're all on individual walks. There are no coincidences. So we're here right now, right? And someone might hear this and then go investigate for themselves, and then God takes over, right? It's not even my job to convince you or whatever. It's just my job to give a good view and be honest. And people think Christians think themselves as perfect. That's far from the truth. If you find a Christian that says they're perfect, then run far away. They're trying to deceive you. Christians are nowhere near perfect. No human is. We just believe in a creator and know how that our sins are taken away by Jesus' death. So we can be forgiven. Our debts have been paid in that instance. If you believe that in your heart, you'll be saved and spend eternity with the great I am, the creator. That's the story, right? I believe that to the hilt. It doesn't mean that you have to believe or know everything about the Bible or be correct about it. You just have to know in your heart that it's God's word, whatever way it speaks to you. And not everyone is going to have the same view. Of course, that would be a boring, insignificant world. God didn't create that. He created, a very interesting, great dynamic. Everyone's different, thank goodness. So we're interested. And to have the calm, but he'll quickly point out, like he's done with me, with this topic, especially, when I first got into it, how I need to work on myself and be more like Jesus and be more calm and more understanding and all that. It's
the story of a man who was accused by his neighbor of having returned a kettle in a damaged condition, and the three arguments he offers: that he had returned the kettle undamaged, that it was already damaged when he borrowed it, that he never borrowed it in the first place. Though the three arguments are inconsistent, Freud notes that it is so much the better, as if even one is found to be true, then the man must be acquitted. The kettle logic of the dream work is related to what Freud calls the embarrassment dream of being naked, in which contradictory opposites are yoked together in the dream. Freud said that in a dream, incompatible ideas are simultaneously emitted. Yeah, that guy was a weirdo.
He's a whack job, dude.
I was just thinking that, dude. I'm like, what the
Yo,
heck
hold
does
on,
that
what
mean?
is it?
Go ahead, Lonnie.
No,
Work,
so I
work it
looked it
out.
up too. I was curious. It says it's an emotional response in a desperate attempt to throw everything at the wall and see what sticks, rather than a structured logical defense. An example: I didn't steal the car, but if I did, it was broken anyway, and you deserve to lose it. It has a
Yeah.
relationship to narcissism. Wow. Go ahead.
It's Pafinki's arguments.
100%.
Oh,
You know who uses kettle logic all the time? All the
Xanax.
freaking time. Yes.
Yeah, Xanax is fucking. That's the first person I thought of when you said kettle logic.
While why is it
He'll
a
throw out
fallacy?
any model to win the argument.
While each individual argument might seem valid in isolation, their combination undermines the overall defense, demonstrating a lack of logical consistency or congruency.
Yeah.
Hey, Lion, how you doing, man? How does this microphone sound? Good or bad?
Much better.
It's fine. It's fine. It's not radio quality, but it sounds fine.
Nah, it's brutal, dude. If we're gonna be live streaming with you all the time and shit, this is like Rob King level shit.
Dude, just
Say
take
something else.
Just
This is what he
put your
has.
phone
He's got
on
this one?
speaker. Don't you have a 17, an iPhone 7? Just put it on speaker, bro, and let the people hear the good news.
The no
You gotta
takes.
get AirPod Pros. You gotta get AirPod Pros. You got an iPhone, get AirPods Pros.
How many? What year? AirPod Pros what?
I like to get the ones without the goofy thing on the. I like to get the ones without the goofy thing, the little squishy thing. So whatever those ones are, I don't know.
Yeah, that noise. I don't want that. What year is that?
I
What
don't
do I
like
get?
that goofy squishy thing.
No, he's talking about
Just search it.
the little rubber piece.
Yeah, I don't like that rubber piece. I like the old school side.
I just bought some AirPods and I'm using them right now.
It's called AirPods 4 or AirPods 4. It's just one number. It's not Pro.
No, it's got to be the Pro ones, the regular.
Yeah, the regular ones.
I don't know. I started blowing through regular AirPods, like they just don't work. Like I don't know. I had to switch to Pros, but it doesn't have
I
the
got the
squishy
Pros.
piece though. There's two different versions of Pros. One's with the squishy piece and without it.
The
Yeah, those are the
squishy
ones I
piece,
got.
deafens everything around you. That's why I don't like it. Everything sounds weird around you.
No, that's just one extra piece to get fucked up. I don't like doing that. As few pieces as possible. I just want one piece.
Yeah, I can't find any
Or is that
Pros without
attached?
the rubber. Dude, I can't find the Pros without the rubber thing. I think Beast is
I'm
right.
telling you, just go get
Unless
the
I got
wall.
No,
Mandela
they got the
affected.
Pros without
Get
the
the
rubber.
wall.
I got them.
They
Get
gotta
the
have them,
wall.
dude. I have a pair.
They
Can
got
you post
You
the
good?
they
link?
got noise canceling. They got noise canceling too. Yeah.
Everyone's getting
Bro,
all
I bought
excited.
these shits at Walmart. I bought them at Walmart. Like I don't have a link, but they definitely exist. Unless I got Mandela affected.
Dude, the ops, bro. Listen to him. He's shopping at Walmart, bro. We caught him.
Dude, this man said universal basic income is something to be, look forward to. Like
I
I'm
kind of
hyped.
look
I
forward
can't
to it
wait.
as well. I'm with him on that one because
I'm
that's
hyped,
the
bro.
signal.
Get
That's the
excited.
flesh talking.
I'm gonna be getting
excited.
everyone's UBIs, dude. I'm gonna be going around like, yo, you want me to pick up your groceries for you today? I'll just take your UBIs.
Well, you can take that gate as well.
I'm just gonna try and collect as many UBIs as I can, and I'm gonna have all the UBIs.
Yo, actually, I like that. Actually, I do like that because if everybody's not working, collecting UBI, that gives room for people that actually want to work with work ethic to actually make some money, dude.
That's what I'm talking about. See, there is a positive here.
There's so much
We can
potential
There's
there.
so
Like
many inventions. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, there'll be dangerous potential there, like kidnapping people, having absurd amount of children, adopting kids just to get their UBI.
No, if you came out with UBI, you would start seeing so many new inventions happen. It would be wild. It would be.
Yo, the
It'd be crazy,
timing.
the inventions.
Jeremy, check this out, dude. Okay, the timing of this is nuts. I'm like, oh crap, it's 6:50 in the morning right now. I gotta go get ready for work. I'm literally getting dressed, talking about AirPods with you guys or whatever. And I'm like, man, I really wish I could stay because I kind of want to like show Jeremy some cool shit about the Bible. In my mind, saying that, right? My boss just texted me, want to stay home today?
You gotta love those moments, man.
Man, I got goosebumps, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
the shit where it's
So
like,
are you
how the
taking
fuck?
that offer?
All right,
or where you
Bible
going?
Day, let's go,
dude.
Yeah.
Jeremy's
Okay,
becoming a Christian.
so wait up, wait. Artemis is not
Risky's
Artemis
next.
coming back? Artemis is
Now
coming back
Risky's
in
trying to
pretty
kill it with
soon.
Artemis.
We're not talking about.
we haven't done the
Artemis
Bible
2
in
coming back
forever,
in.
dude. Can we do
Yo,
Bible
Risky.
Day?
Yo, Risky, you know who
Bible
Artemis is?
study.
Risk, you know
Artemis
who
never
Artemis is?
left to begin with. Anyway.
You know who it is
What
though? Is
the
is a
Greek
demigod? Yeah.
the Greek fella? No, I don't.
It's a
No, tell me.
female, dude. It's like sister
She's
of
the
Zeus, I
huntress.
think, isn't it?
I heard
The
she's
sister of
pretty good looking.
Apollo, dude.
Sister of Apollo.
Yep.
I.e. Zeus.
The
So
huntress,
the thing
bro.
that you got like hanging out the front of New York City, like that thing, like the sister
No,
of that thing.
that thing is the devil himself, dude.
Oh well, okay,
Don't
cool.
worry
I,
about
so
us, the
just
Statue of
as long
Liberty.
as you acknowledge that it's hanging outside your front door, not mine. Okay.
Don't worry, we
cool.
got
Don't
it
worry
chained
about
up
it.
at the ankle, bro. It's all good.
Oh yeah,
Don't worry
really.
about it.
It's so wild that this happened, though, you guys. Like, I'm so excited. Like, I literally was just putting on my dress clothes. Like, now I don't have to. This is so nuts.
Get that shirt off. Let's get ready for some debates.
Yeah. About to be, what's his name? Who did that?
I'm gonna
Socrates.
cook you.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Plato.
cook you
Plato. It was
guys.
Plato.
So
Did
what's
Socrates
going
do
on
that
with
too?
Artemis 2? Artemis 2 is coming back in. Like,
Ew,
dude, are
Rixie,
you gonna
stop
do
being gay.
is
Why
it
you
the
bring up
breakdown
that?
of the videography, or like,
Dude,
how are
it's
we gonna
fake
do
as
this?
fuck. We went through
The
this
shit's
for
all
so
new, bro.
long.
They're
Yeah,
about
no
to splash
shit.
into the ocean.
This is all part of the fun, though. Like, we got to see the splash, bro. Like, do you
We're
not want
not
to see
gonna
the
see no
splash?
splash. We're just gonna hear about it.
All
Watch.
right, stream it live, and then we'll get to the good stuff.
Okay. Oh, wait, is it
Sure.
happening right now? Like, this moment?
It's
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
No, it's happening today though.
I'll look into
The
it. You guys
splash.
talk amongst yourselves,
Alright.
have some fun. I'll go look into it.
Let's have a
Dude,
splash party. Nah, go ahead, dude. I want to see it. Stream it. We can multitask.
5:07 p.m. 8:07 Eastern.
alright, let me just
We're joking. We're
open
joking.
up a new tab next to my 32 other Bible tabs. So, okay, I'm down to stream it, I guess.
You got to merge those tabs, bro. Go half.
Dude, I know, Pure, you helped me out so much. Oh, look,
It's
they stopped
convenient,
live
man.
streaming. Oh, what? Oh, they're a little closer now. Hey, doesn't the moon actually have, like, I don't know, it, like, goes... Doesn't it change position in the sky? So how are they always oriented with the moon in the background?
None of it's moving because none of it's moving. Jeremy proved it with the plank length.
Dude, this
That's
is
the logical
crazy.
deduction, dude. If yeah, motion would
Yo,
be impossible.
10 hours of this? Oh, wait, is it get closer? Oh, let me see if I can...
What's ETA on the splash?
It's at 5:07 Pacific today.
Is
How does
that
it get
2?
so
Yeah,
much
what is it?
closer
Eastern?
so
That's
quickly?
That's 8
8
o'clock for you.
p.m. Yeah, 8:07 Eastern like standard time, I
So
think.
3 plus. All right. Thank you.
How is it getting so close so quickly? It doesn't make sense. It takes fucking 10 hours for it to change in size, and then all of a sudden it just gets real big.
Do you reckon I
Well,
could
that's why they
like
didn't have the
could I
cameras.
see it?
They needed weight for the turbo kit.
Do you reckon? Is it coming? It's coming over the northern hemisphere, from what I understand, right?
How does it get
From
so
the
much bigger?
trajectory I've seen, like it took off from sort of America, and it's gonna like do this like landing over somewhere like Iceland sort of area, from what I understand.
I recorded it live.
Oh,
Taking off.
that's
from
why it's
America.
cloudy as fuck in Europe at the moment.
Hello.
Hey, check this out. I put something in chat. While they're doing that, everything else is doing what I posted. With them in there somewhere spinning.
How does it get so much bigger so fast? I don't get that. This orientation change.
Is that the moon you're looking at or the Earth?
It's the moon, apparently. Or is it the Earth? I don't know. It's vague enough to be, or it's ambiguous enough to be both, in case
Yes,
they needed
F,
to be one or the other.
Should be able to see the blue color. That's Earth. Love SSF.
That's
Dude,
Earth.
I saw the moon. The moon had that atmosphere thing on it too. You know that the Earth has. They got pictures of the moon with that.
Wait, this is Earth? So how come the rockets are facing like what? Aren't they supposed to be going towards Earth right now?
No matter which way it's facing, they don't know
Yeah, but
which way.
it's falling towards. It's free falling towards Earth. So there's no energy consumption. There's no, as far as I know, there shouldn't be any rocket fuel coming
Yeah, but
back.
their orientation though is not. Why are the rockets facing the Earth? That doesn't make sense. Are they going
But yeah,
towards it?
it's
That's how I would want to land on Earth, bottom
falling towards
down.
the Earth, dude.
I would want to land bottom down. I wouldn't want to go head first personally.
Yeah,
No, there's people
yeah.
that live. There's people that live jumping out of planes. Like, I don't know how they're landing and shit. Aim for the bushes. Remember that shit from that? What was that movie?
Yeah,
What was that movie with Will Ferrell?
yeah. Good.
Those The Rock
Baghdad,
and Samuel
Baghdad.
Jackson. What is it?
Like you learned to dance like that, sarcastically.
Either way, aim for the bushes. Like, I don't know how these people are landing, but there is a story of these guys went to like some hardcore other country, like the equivalent of like the Navy SEALs in like another country, like hardcore dudes, supposed to be the hardest core dudes in the country. He's like, yo, we need some guys to jump out of a plane and shit. And only like 2 or 3 guys volunteered. And the guy's like, yo, what's up? You know, he goes to the leader of that group. He's like, yo, what's going on? I thought you guys were like hardcore. Like, what's up? You guys are scared to jump out of a plane? And he went and figured it out. And he's like, okay. He went back to the dude and he's like, they didn't know there was going to be parachutes. So the dudes that did volunteer were just like, just ready to die. I don't know.
Fucking ridiculous.
They were ready to die.
They didn't know there was going to be shoots.
Wait a second. What the hell is this?
They were ready to just get lay their life down. They didn't know there was going to be parachutes.
That's the movie, The Other Guys.
That's it. The other guys, yeah.
He's a peacock.
You got to let them fly.
What is Maureen? You're with this crackhead
Dude, that
drug
shit was
dealer?
great. And
You left me for
That
this
it.
junk?
That is Earth, dude. It just said it looks like we're smiling at it.
they actually had a guy land. He did land in like mad cardboard boxes, but you ever see those wingsuits they have?
Oh
Somebody
yeah.
jumped out of a plane and landed in. I mean, it was a huge pile of boxes and shit. So, like, I don't know if you could just like freak it without that, but
Geez, 96,000 miles, did they say?
No.
How many
Let me
miles
see.
did they say they are away?
I'm gonna rewind it. Let's see.
dude, do we have shots of the moon bright as fuck or what, bro? They
You
should have
got
been
Earth
so
bright as well.
banging bright. Oh, the Earth should be even brighter, dude. If you could see the whole Earth,
Hold on,
because
wait. Let me look.
The Earth's albedo is like triple the moon or something, or double. It's something way more. So when you can see the Earth in full shot, that's got to be blinging, dude. That would be bright as hell, I would think. Way brighter than the moon, like way brighter.
The camera's got automatic exposure though, so you wouldn't be able to notice it.
What the fuck? Yo, Jeremy,
Yeah,
pop into my
But the
stream real quick.
astronauts' eyeballs. What's up?
You gotta hear this, dude. This is what terminology is this? I swear they just make up words to make it sound fancy, scientific.
Go ahead, play it, roll it.
Listen to what she says here. Ready? What the fuck? An orthostatic intolerant garment test.
Garment, yeah.
Yeah,
What
you
is
know
that,
when you
Jeremy?
rub, when you rub
It's
your
te-
feet
it's
on the ground and then you touch a doorknob.
it's no, dude, it's
No,
techno
it sounded
jabber.
like they were checking. It sounded like they were trying their suits, whatever they're wearing or their
It's
clothes.
techno
Garment?
jabber. Yeah, but it's
Was
techno
it
jabber.
garment or Garmin?
Why didn't they just say that? Oh, they have to do some tests on their suits before arrival. No, they say
Well,
this.
somebody at NASA probably wrote it down. Wait, who? Where is this? Where is this lady from?
It's all NASA.
He's in
Yeah,
Houston.
somebody wrote that shit down. Some nerd wrote that down, and she's probably
It's
just
just
reading it or
techno
something.
babble. It's just techno babble.
Like, bro, you know how you can make your job sound mad important, even if you're like a janitor or something. You know what I'm saying? I could phrase my shit as some kind of like to just make it sound
add
fancy.
technician to it.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Maintenance
saying?
technician.
I'm a
Yes.
thermodynamics engineer.
Senior sanitation
Exactly, Tora.
department
Exactly.
expert or whatever.
No, you can do way better than that, guys.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you can make your job sound crazy. You can make anything sound crazy, actually. Any little thing you do. Like if you go mow the grass, you could probably come up
Maintenance
with some.
technician.
I work on entropy all day, every day. I'm just entropy thermodynamics.
Yeah, bro. That's all. They're trying to dazzle people. You know what I'm saying? People
I'm an
hear that
entropy.
shit.
Yeah, I'm an entropy manipulating thermodynamics engineer.
Yeah, like if you tell somebody that, right? They're like, "Oh shit," they're impressed. You got them now. You got them now. They're into you. They're like, "Wow, this is some fucking intense shit this guy's got going on." If you tell them you friggin' repair ACs or you're an HVAC tech, guy, that doesn't sound that fancy.
I'm gonna tell him that, dude. I'm gonna tell him I'm an
Like, I
entropy
fucking fix
manipulator.
Yeah, I fix ACs. All right, great. Beat it, kid.
My buddy was a bank teller, and he used to tell women he was in finance.
He is.
Implications.
How far away are they, Beast?
$7:07.
Okay, I figured it out. 5:07 p.m. 5:07 Pacific, 8:07 Eastern.
Okay, well, how far away are they right now?
In San Diego. Oh yeah, let me find out.
It was like 96,000. I heard it. 96,000 miles. Someone
We gotta
divide that by 17,500 real quick. Check out how many hours.
I don't know, but we got to all get on the same time, though. He just had to tell you 2 friggin' times at once for the same event. It's like, come on, man. Can't we just have all the clocks be the same?
No, you can't work that out, dude. Otherwise, my 5 o'clock is going to be your 7 o'clock. Ain't gonna
Yeah, but who
Whatever.
cares? But the numbers on the clock, though, if you always wake up every day when the sun comes up, and then I change the times and I'm like, yo, you're on this time now. We're all on the same time. And you still wake up when the sun comes up? Like, are those numbers on the clock really that, doesn't really matter what the numbers on the clock say, right?
Yeah, they are really important. Yeah.
No, why?
If I say I wake up at 5 a.m. and you say you wake up at 4 a.m., you think there's not a competition going on?
Oh, yeah, dude. What? That is kind of
Wait,
true.
what?
Like, what if you're trying to do competitions? You know,
What competition? What
like
are you
if you're
guys
saying
talking
you're
about?
like, I wake up earlier than you. You're like, I wake up at 5 a.m. Rick's guy's like, well, now I'm gonna try and wake up at 4 a.m.
Okay, if I tell someone on the East Coast or the West Coast who wakes up, we got to figure it out.
Dude,
How do you figure
competition
it out?
spoils it,
How do you
bro.
figure it out?
It's obviously that it doesn't matter what the times are because they hit us in the middle of the year in the fall, and they're just like, yo, the time's different today. Everyone's like, okay.
I mean, I understand the reason for what they're doing here. Yeah, you want to keep it lined up so everyone's waking up in the morning when it's 7, 8, whatever, 9 a.m. I get it. Plus, I don't even know how you would figure it out. I know how to figure it out now. If you were to have a sleeping competition and it's like, all right, I'm 5 a.m., he's 8 a.m. They got UTC though. Like, why can't we all just use UTC?
They're gonna have to change all those songs though, like working 9 to 5. They'd have to change that, dude.
We'll have AI fix it in 5 seconds, bro. We'll AI that up real quick. And who's gonna get the good one? You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be only like a couple good ones. Who gets it? You know?
I say we do it in America. We make it off the Eastern Standard
East
Time.
Coast.
Yeah.
Obviously, of course. No question.
They don't have showers in there, right?
Now these people stink.
Do they? So why do they look so finely groomed?
You can stay clean without a shower. You can stay real clean without a shower. Not real clean, but you can stay clean. You could be all right. If you got
Bro,
wet
you're
wipes,
gonna
they got wet
funk.
wipes.
Well, you reckon they got groomers like going on inside?
I'm saying if you got wet wipes,
He's
you
got a
wet wipe
freshly
yourself.
pressed shirt.
Yeah, they probably do the army roll for the shirts.
Maybe the shirts just don't wrinkle in zero gravity.
They would have
Oh,
to
that's
because
a
you have
good
to
point,
compress them.
dude.
That's the new
You
laundry
compress them to the
service.
room.
I'm about to offer that laundry service. I take your shit to space. Zero G gets all the wrinkles out, bro. I'm talking every fucking wrinkle.
What the hell kind of photo was that? Wait a
They
second.
just took a shirt for every day. It's calculated in the weight.
Jeremy's always the first person to fucking take like some sort of economical advantage.
Yo, person gives Jeremy his corduroys or his pleats. He's like, yo, what the heck happened?
He's a
So I'll tell you what a
service-based
good
man,
one
dude.
is.
Like where the want is, like the need is. Like he's just following it for sure.
I'll tell you what a foolproof one is. There's services you can order to have it not rain. Like say you're gonna have like a wedding or a graduation event party, something outside, and you're like, you know what? I really hope it doesn't rain. Like me and you hope. Rich people just buy non-rainy days. Like that's a service they offer. It's like 100 G's or your money back if it rains. I'm willing to do it for 50. 50 G's or your money back.
So
Half the
so you
price.
just offer it like and with the
And just hope.
redundancy plan that basically like even if you fail, like because you can't predict the weather, it doesn't matter. Like you're just gonna assume.
Yeah, like if it rains, I give you the money back. If it doesn't rain, I did my job, I guess. Whatever that
Jeremy,
may be.
dude, the poor people cope. They actually go, no, it rained on my wedding day. That's good luck. They don't even, you know.
That's good.
Jeez,
Yeah, that probably is good luck in some of these places, I bet. I bet you that was good luck, was or is good luck at some point in time to rain on a wedding day. The
Still
gods are
is.
going to shower you, or you're going to have good crops.
How is that Earth?
Oh, is that what they're pointing?
They're saying this is Earth.
Dude, Earth would be so bright. You have no idea how bright Earth would
Oh,
be.
Yeah, but
it
like,
looks
how
like
is
it's
it?
smiling.
It's automatically 3 times brighter just from the moon. If you're on the moon, it should be 3 times as brighter automatically.
Well, what the heck is
Just
up
from
with
the
that?
libido or albedo, just from the albedo.
Libido again.
But what is causing the silhouette on on the surface? What is
That's
that?
the Terminator line. It got a little hat on. It's got a little black hat on.
Doesn't make any sense to me. All right, if that's the Terminator line, then what it's saying is that
Bro, that's the moon,
over.
dude. That can't be Earth. They're saying that's
They're
Earth.
saying that's Earth, dog.
They better fucking zoom in or something.
Dude, that's the moon.
That solar panel looks shoddy. Zoom in on that.
Hold
Get
on,
that
wait.
solar panel. What's going on with that?
Moon phase today. Let's see here.
Bro, that solar panel looked like a piece of shit.
Oh my God! Look, dude, the moon phase today. Let me see here. Last quarter
Yeah,
phase.
they are looking at it from a different direction, right?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's half cast.
Look what tomorrow is, though. You know? How is that not the moon? Oh, look. Space bubbles again.
Bro, I got too much dust in between my screen and my screen protector thingy to even
I
see
know,
this.
me too. Well, you don't see that
Like,
though?
it looks like there's
What
fucking
is that?
stars everywhere.
No, yeah, there's shit flying all over the place.
Can you guys see stars, or
Wait,
is that
what'd
just
she
mad
say?
dust particles on my screen?
She said something about him.
They just dumped the urine, I think.
Wait a second.
I think they said they did a CC dump or something. I don't know what that.
What the fuck is that? This has got to be a troll, dude. This is such a troll. What is that thing?
That ain't even coming from the fucking. Oh, bro, that's a good. No, not that one. The one above it. Run it back. There's something above it that comes from in the middle of the screen towards us. Not that one. Hold on. Run it back 5 seconds.
I am.
No, that wasn't it. It's on the top left.
Top left? Okay.
It comes from.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that one
saw
was
that.
wild too. It comes from like the middle of the screen. Yeah, not that one either. That one's weird. Where'd that shit come from?
What?
Oh no, that went away. I think that went away. There's one that comes towards us though, it looks like.
No, look. Just bing, bing. Right here.
Where?
Right here. Where
Yeah,
my
that's
mouse
the one
is.
I'm talking about. That's the one I was talking about.
Watch. It's gone. Here, I'll rewind. Oh. Where did that come from? The fuck?
No, there's a lot of shit popped up out of nowhere right there. There was a lot of shit right there, bro. I saw something completely different that I was looking at that didn't make no sense. It's popped up in the middle and then like came towards us.
That looked like a little
Paul.
rocket. That looked like a little CGI rocket, like a troll, dude. I'm not even kidding. Watch. It's a pretty sweet view out of window 1 right now. What is that? A fucking fake CGI rocket Easter egg?
Are they really saying that's Earth though?
Do you see this though, Jeremy?
Yeah, bro. That's not the only one I seen. There was another one right above it that went towards the bottom left as you were like going frame by frame there for a second. I haven't saw it again since, but
I'm going frame by frame.
your shit's lagging. You got the circle spin.
I'm going frame by frame.
I got my circle spinning, then I can't even. Yeah, that's why.
9 around.
Maybe I'm the one.
That bit. Putting it together.
Not that.
Right here,
I
you'll
don't
see.
know. Bro, I got the circle spinning on mine. I don't even know.
What was that, dude? Look. Do you see that? That's a CGI rocket, bro. Right here. Right here.
That one, yeah. No, I seen that one.
Watch. Oh. What the fuck? They're just trolling us, dude. Like even the way it went back up there, it looks like a little rocket, like a little CGI rocket. That was for sure a CGI rocket, dude. I'm recording
Bro, there
this.
should
Hold
be
on.
a point. There should be a point at some point, man. I mean, if they had the whole footage of pointed at the Earth going to the moon and then back, that'd be dope. I doubt they're gonna have that though. But you should be able to see fucking satellites up there, dude. We can see satellites from Earth. You know what I'm saying? And if the light's right and it's blinging off the satellites, like you should be able to see them at some point, maybe.
Yeah, probably. Let's see here. I'm gonna record this part though, cause dude, the live stream will just go away if I don't.
How many satellites do they say we have?
But they're tiny, so you won't see them. That's not unusual. I'm not sure why you think you would see a satellite tiny
Don't
compared
you
to
see the light?
distance.
Can't you see the
Not
light
that,
blinging off them?
it's like saying, well, we cannot see the stars. I think, but
I
again,
know, but
they're
shouldn't you see the light
far
coming
away.
off the satellite?
You think they all have lights?
No, I'm saying the light reflecting. Don't they say we see satellites because we see like
Yes.
the light reflecting off them?
On the
Yeah,
dark
so
side, in the dark side, if there's no light, you won't see anything. If it's on the bright side, again, even if that's the case, and if it's bright enough, then why would you see it then?
no, you have to
Light
be on the
pollution
dark
as an
side to see
example.
them. You're not going to see them on the bright side.
No, on the bright side, there's nothing, there's no light hitting them, so to get a reflection of. How would you see them?
You're not going to see the ones on the bright side. I hear you.
Yeah, and how would you see the ones on the dark side? My question now. If nothing reflecting off of them,
From
i.e.,
the
if they're on the
sun.
dark side.
From the
Yeah,
sun
I
reflecting
understand.
off them.
I understand it, but again, if it's on the bright side, okay, it's bright enough, then you won't see it really unless you zoom in. I think they did not done this one previous one. They managed to capture some, but again, they need to zoom in, or they need to zoom in to give you that picture.
I don't know. You're saying we shouldn't see any light reflecting off of satellites?
It's
in
like a light
space?
pollution. It's what I mean. It's like a light pollution. If you see that it's that part that literally on the picture now is quite bright. It's what I mean. So if anything hitting off, it will kind of blend in the background of
Look
that
at
light.
that. Hold on real quick. Hold that thought.
Oh, I
Beast, you
see
see that?
something. I see that. Yeah,
What
dude.
the fuck is
Let me
that,
go back.
bro?
Let me go back. Let me go back.
Are they saying that's Earth?
Hold on a second. I want you to notice something. There's dots that are not moving right here. What is this?
I got too much dust on my screen. Are they saying that's Earth, bro? That looks nuts,
Look.
dude.
What is that in the background?
What's in the background?
Right here. You don't see these dots?
I see them. That is weird.
Are those
What dots?
screws? Are they
Look.
screws, Beast?
And they're on the
I don't see it.
little thing to the left too. So not just like part of
Goes on
that
your phone.
material.
You know what it's like? It's almost like those are actual stars, right? Because they're looking at the fucking moon.
I mean, that's
Bro, that
And
looked
they
nuts. Did you see what it looks like? What is that
look.
orb in that window? Is that supposed to be the Earth or the moon?
That's supposed to be the Earth, but what they're actually looking at is the moon. Okay? Because you can see the stars that they forgot to render out in this video. Look, right here. You don't see the stars right here? Look.
Nah, bro, just suspend judgment and just look through it first before trying
I'm
to
wiping
guess
off
what
my
it is.
fucking screen to make sure it's not my fucking
This
screen.
guy
Hold
is
on.
so
Before trying to
unbearable,
theorycraft
bro.
too quickly.
So unbearable, this dude.
Stop projecting your own misery out, Tora. You're unbearable, bud.
You're garbage, dude.
You're unbearable, bud.
Look, what is
you,
this?
your whole belief system,
Okay,
your
guys, okay, wait, dude. Can we just
You're
focus on
miserable,
what's
bud.
on? Like,
I'm
Keep
just
your
gonna mute
miserable.
focus on.
I'm muting
Guys,
him.
please.
He can't. I'm not doing it. I'm not dealing with it right now. Sorry. I want to know like who's in here. Hammer Eyes? It sounded like Hammer Eyes.
That is me.
Okay, dude. Do you see this? Am I tripping or do you see this?
Honestly, I'm trying to see what you mean. I
You
cannot.
I have way
I'm
too
not-
much
I'm-
dust on my screen.
Oh fuck! It might actually just be my screen, dude. God damn it.
That's what I'm
'Cause
saying.
I have
There's
so
a
many
lot of.
dust particles. Go ahead.
I'm not saying. I was gonna say, Jeremy's the same. I think there's a lot of dust.
Yeah, I got like a phone case where it's like my screen, the glass isn't like on the screen. It's like.
Oh, dude, those overheat your phone, bro.
This is such good protection though. Oh no, maybe this is the glass one. I don't even know what I got. It doesn't matter. There's mad dust on my shit. I'm surrounded by dust nonstop. I'm like that fucking Peanuts cartoon guy.
Look, I want to see what this is.
What
though.
is that right there, bro? What is that? Look at that thing.
It's supposed to be Earth.
No, dude, the Terminator line doesn't match. That can't be Earth.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying.
If that's the Terminator line for Earth, that can't be the Terminator line for the moon either, though. That doesn't. Look at that. Go back, Beast.
I promise you, that's what they're saying Earth is right now.
That can't be a Terminator line, though. Like how does that match a Terminator line?
That would be 24 hours of sun in the north and south at the same time, that Terminator line.
Yeah, bro. You could you literally if that's Earth, if that's the Terminator line on Earth, yo, someone take a screenshot or two
Okay.
of that.
All right. Wait. Check it out.
Screenshot
Do
this.
you see these dots? It's not dust on my screen. All right. Do you see these dots?
I got too much dust to see. No, I don't see them.
Right
I see
here.
dots everywhere, bro. Dude, I see dots. I have dots everywhere, beast. I cannot see dots.
You don't see how it's like moving with the background though? Like
Clean your screen, dude.
I can't right now, bro. Like that's not an. I
Jeremy,
can't do
that's
it.
not our problem. Okay.
I'm literally making sure it's not dust on my screen. No, they are dots. Look, do you see this? Do you see how it's moving with it? What?
I'm more
Hammer eyes.
interested in that orb right there with the small hat on it. Like that's 24 hours in the north and the south right there.
Dude,
That
what
can't
are
be a
these
Terminator
dots
line.
here?
Bro, you're majoring on the minors right now. This is fallacious, beast.
No, it's not. It's because it looks like it's stars and they're looking at the fucking moon.
No, I hear you. If there's weird dots somewhere, I just can't see them. That's all.
Right here, all of these. That's
Bro,
not
everywhere you move your mouse, I have a dot.
Can you
I have
guys
18
organize the
dots.
chaos?
I have 18 dots around your mouse at any given moment.
Wait, is Victor the black dude?
It's weird talking.
Victor's a black
Like,
dude?
Oh
we're
my
gonna align their
god, you're
smile with their
right,
smile.
dude. They're making a fucking joke. You're so right, Tora. The black guy
Why?
smiling in the dark?
Yeah, when you see your TV floating at night, what do you do?
Dude, they're totally doing that because Victor's the black guy. Listen to what they say here.
That's what I said when I woke up this morning and I saw this clip. I said they're
Bro,
mocking Tyrone Shoelaces.
That's
And
that
do you guys
crazy.
know
Terminator.
who Tyrone Shoelaces is?
I'm telling you right now, that Terminator line doesn't make any sense. You would have 24 hours of sun and two antipodal points or something. Look at how much sun. Like there's very little blacked out on that. I don't know.
I don't know. I see dots literally in the background. I say dots, but I think those are literally stars. Oh, and then here comes the piss. I think that's the claim.
Shouldn't that just orbit with them?
It doesn't
No,
even
that
make
It
they
depends
gotta
on how they're ejecting
spray the
it.
piss all over space to let us know that they're in space.
It
It
doesn't make
depends on how
sense.
you.
Oh
Like if
yeah,
you
that's
just
what
let
it's
go
called,
of
bro.
something, if you just let go of something, it should orbit with you. But if you like throw it, it's not gonna stay with you.
But they're
So we're
falling
like,
towards Earth. That's supposed to be Earth they're falling towards. The shit is not going in the direction that they're falling towards.
Are they still going towards the moon?
Dude, you gotta sprinkle a tinkle if you're in space. It's obvious.
yeah,
There's a
yeah,
couple
dude.
necessary antecedents, right?
They're
In a
supposed to be
Yeah,
falling
magnetic
towards
field, right?
Earth.
You sprinkle a tinkle, you know?
You gotta mark your territory, right? Yeah.
Of course, of course.
Alright, now Hammerize, are you in my stream, dude?
We mark that territory so that way we know how to get back.
Hammerize, you in my stream, bro? Fuck,
I
where'd it
don't
go?
see a hammer eyes in the channel.
Or not Hammer. Oh, what's his name? Oh,
He
that's not
left.
Hammerize?
Oh yeah, no, he is. It's N1 sine 1 equals.
Yeah. You there? Is he saying yes? I'm listening. Okay, can you watch the stream?
Yeah, I'm here, Beast. I'm watching.
Okay, cool. Tell me if you don't see, as soon as they say, wow, we're seeing some, what would you say? She says, Now Ecom is happy as the Earth. So that is Earth. And Houston, you're seeing pretty sweet view out window 1. And then you see this little rocket. I swear to God, Gally, tell me that's not a CGI rocket.
That's a CGI rocket, yeah. It's possible that when you're in space, when you sprinkle a tinkle, rockets come out.
That's for sure a troll.
Okay,
It's
I'm watching
literally a
now. Sorry.
rocket. Okay, Hammerize.
I
I'm
watched
dead.
it. I watched it. I watched
All
it.
right.
Yeah, I'm watching you.
You could just remember this when I say this, okay? You could still be a glober and think
Mhm.
NASA's full of shit, okay?
Mhm.
All right.
Yes, I saw that. The white one.
That's
Yeah,
a rocket,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
They're trolling.
What makes you
I don't
say
think
that?
they're trolling. I think sometimes in space, when you sprinkle a tinkle, a rocket comes out.
Why do I think they're trolling? Okay. Number 1, they're showing the Earth and they're saying, "Oh, that's like a Cheshire cat." They take a picture of the black astronaut next to it smiling, making a reference to like a black guy smiling in the dark. Then she says this is the CCU dump. So they're saying they're basically pissing all over the idea that this is Earth, and they're smiling and laughing about it. And then she says there's an unbelievable view out of window 1 right now, and then show a CGI rocket. You don't think that's
Okay.
a troll, dude?
Number one, the biggest one is how do you know it's a CGI?
What is this? Is this what is that a dump? Is that like a piece of turd that has an exhaust on the end of it?
It can
What do you think that is?
it can be ice particles. It can be anything. But again, the question is, you're automatically assuming that's a CGI. Why
I'm gonna go
that's a
back. I'm
CGI?
gonna go back. All right. I want you to see this too.
And I've seen it. I mean, you can play it as much as you want. I know.
Oh,
I've seen it.
so how do we know that that's not the moon and that these are stars in the background that keep appearing and disappearing right here? Do you not see that overlay?
Yes, but one of the thing is, remember, you can have artifacts in the video. That's not very uncommon. For
You
whatever
think that's
reasons, okay.
artifacts? You don't think that's
It's
stars
possible,
because they're
but
looking at the
no.
moon?
But what you showed, not this one, no, what you showed now, it looks like something. I don't know. You immediately go that this is CGI. Why?
No, that's stars. And it's an overlay.
What you show, I don't have my screen. As an example, previously you keep saying you can see stars. I didn't have. I cleaned my screen twice now. If I rub it anymore, I think I'm going to damage my screen.
No, I feel you, dude. I tried to. But look, you see?
I
Aren't those
know
stars in the
what you said.
background?
I don't see them. I wish I could screenshot it. I don't see them.
Well, you don't need to say it's CGI or anything just to say that this doesn't look right.
Yeah,
You
it
could
doesn't
just
look
say
right.
that. But Peter, that's
Again,
not just any black guy's smile. They're mocking the man they left on the moon. I sent you a video of him. Okay, and they're sprinkling a tinkle.
Oh, you messaged me. I just saw it.
Yep. That's who they left on the moon. If you want to share that for
Tyrone
everybody.
Shoelace?
Yep. He's the man who pans the camera up.
oh come on, not that again.
Racist humor will never be funny to me. I mean, it'll never not be funny. Tyrone Shoelace is fucking awesome.
Yeah, let's say the Steel Man is like, okay, we had a remote timer and it panned up and we set the timer. How does it continually adjust it? Watch. I'm gonna continually adjust it now. Right there, see it's panning up. Ridiculous.
I'm not watching it. I'm listening though. I'm listening.
Oh my god.
Let's have a quick look.
That's hilarious, dude.
Here's the thing, though. They've had with
And they left him up there.
what's the claim? What's the claim, Gally? They left Tyrone Shoelace up there. Is that what you say?
That's
Yeah,
so funny.
NASA is a bunch of racists. So
Yeah, they
when
are.
they left the moon, they left Tyrone there to film the, the ascension of the Meth Head Tree Fort at 20,000 miles an hour. Because they messed it up the first couple of times, so they needed a guy on the ground.
They're all laughing at this guy.
Yeah, Tyrone. They're making fun of him.
Dude, the first colored person to go to the moon or whatever, and then they make a joke about him smiling in the dark.
He's the butt of the joke.
He's the butt of the joke, literally. This is some humiliation ritual bullshit, you guys. This is nuts. Oh, let's go back to a real view here. Yeah, this guy for sure has used the N-word. Okay, wait. 32 hours? How fast are they going right now? 2,700 miles per hour. They're 146,000 miles. That's about right.
They're going to be speeding up from that speed constantly, dude. Shouldn't they be at terminal velocity?
I don't know. That's Earth, though, supposedly.
Earth looks like a really black dude smiling at night. Did you guys catch that?
Oh, here's more.
I mean, bro, with those black places, though.
Did you guys catch that?
Oh, here's more.
I mean, bro, with those black places, though, or should they really be black is the question. I mean, how many times does lightning strike Earth? We got city lights all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like, should they actually be black?
Well, the Terminator line doesn't even make sense. Because look where
The lightning strikes.
The
The
sun's over
Terminator
here.
line doesn't make sense. It looks like there's a little tiny cap on the Earth. I hear you. In that one picture, it did at least. But, bro, that black spot has lightning strikes happening all over it. Like, look how many times lightning strikes Earth.
Right.
Newsflash, some of those are during nighttime. Also, there's like city lights are they're no joke. You know what I'm saying? Like we're lighting up like that. There's a lot of lumens coming out of New York City or whatever, you know?
You'd only expect
London,
that if
Hong
you think,
Kong.
yeah, but those lights can't travel forever unless you think they can.
There's
Yeah,
nothing
these guys
stopping
get
them.
paid.
According to these guys, there's nothing stopping them.
If there is, it's your eyes.
Dude, these guys get paid 6 figures a year for this.
Pretty sure the McDonald's manager got 6 figures a year.
I don't know. That's tough.
That dude eating? Was he eating?
$100,000 is tough. Come on, man. $100,000 is like base
For a
pay.
McDonald's
Manager?
I don't even make 100 G's. I'm not even close to 100 G's. However, My household income is up there, but personally, I'm not close to 100 G's, and I do some hard work.
You're getting
And
ripped.
I'm like near the top of where you can even be for my thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like the low level guy. My whole life is like this room. I run shit. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere I freaking go.
Yo,
I can't get out of it. Everyone's my flock.
I feel like they
Ripping this.
just everyone's in my flock. I feel like you need to trade like pay with these guys, the astronauts, because I think what you do is more like, something society needs, more necessary than what these guys are doing.
You can't even get an astronaut without me. You don't get an astronaut. You know what you don't get without me? Is cell phones, computers. You can't have a computer without me. You need a clean room to make a microchip. You can't just make a microchip, bro. You got to be in like a super clean room.
Yeah, I bet a
You know what I'm
janitor
saying?
managed the Roomba, right? Probably.
What's up?
Dude, nobody sprinkles a tinkle in space without Jeremy say so.
Dude, this is
Did
for sure a
did
humiliation
anybody
ritual, dude.
did anybody figure out what they're actually doing, or
Dude, look,
what are they
look,
actually doing?
it's a humiliation ritual. This guy's literally.
What are they, Beasticles?
Watch.
What are they supposed to be doing? What's the mainstream idea of what they're actually
They're
doing?
getting ready for splashdown. That's all they said.
No,
Say the
what I
garment
mean
test
is,
thing.
are they collecting data to put something on the moon?
Oh yeah, they're
or-
doing orthopedic static and
Oh yeah,
checking on
or
them.
orthopedic, garment,
No.
inspection or something like that.
No, sounded way better when she said it. And it rolled off her tongue like she said it like a couple times. Just
Okay,
to make
sorry, I'm
sure
not
she
a
could
media
actually say it.
wizard. Jeez, dude, this is crazy though.
They're doing a very technical thing, Andy. Very technical.
Hold
They're
on, one
checking
second.
to see if their clothes work.
Well, I mean, you're paying for it. I mean, you should know, right?
Orthopedia file.
My bad. I was talking with my pops. Look, he's videoing him opening his like package or whatever. Looking at his face, and he's reading something.
He's taking out his package.
He reads something and then tears it. He tears something off. Look. And then it's a note. And then they cut it. So weird, dude. Look, peanut butter's just chilling there, dude. For some reason, the GIF's upside down. That looks like some AI shit, dude. Wait a second. Why is the GIF say JIF? The lid's on the bottom. Oh, I got that one. I got this one down. Record this one. This does look like some AI shit.
Are you
though.
sure? Are you sure the GIF logo isn't the same upside down and right side up?
I don't know. Let me see.
F's a J upside down with a line through it.
GIF upside down. Let me see. Let me see if someone can just. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm looking upside down right here. Okay, fair enough.
You guys want to see the first splashdown from Artemis 1, allegedly?
Wait a second. how is it just chilling there? Isn't this 0G? Sorry. Anyway. Let me see.
I sent it to you, Beast. If you guys want to see the first splashdown, this is from Artemis 1.
I did not see Artemis 1 at all. What?
This is above 100 kilometers right here. This is through 100 kilometers right here. This is through the Kármán line region.
What the ruck? Wait a second here. Hold on.
Where's the satellites?
Yeah, where the?
Dude, I'm more concerned why we're seeing a pure black spot and not lightning flashes or city lights or something. Like that shouldn't just be black. Just a steady, solid black, dude. You know how many lightning strikes happen a year? A day?
Billions, dude. Billions.
A minute? Zillions with a Z.
That was really crazy to watch, actually.
It's a lot.
What the frick?
Let me guess.
Oh, that was sped up.
Thing.
Oh, that was sped up? Okay. Yeah, that was weird. So how, is the peanut butter strapped down or some shit?
Probably
Look, see, it's
Velcro,
just
dude.
chilling there. It's supposed to be 0G, right? Was it strapped down? Look, she
I think
knocks
it'd
it
have
even.
to be.
Velcro. Dude, Velcro, bro. The NASA invented it. Yo, why
That's
are
Velcroed right
we
now?
seeing after this? I don't know. I made that up, dude. After this, we should time lapse all the shots of the Earth from this mission and see if we can ever see like a lightning strike or city lights or anything. Will they just say exposure? Not the right exposure will be the excuse.
Is that tablet strapped down?
It's all
Urine bag
Velcro, guys.
3.
Don't
They
worry
just have
about
a
it.
urine bag just fucking flying around. Come on, guys. Get it together.
Let's discuss. I got Velcro that to the wall. Why you got the peanut butter
Oh yeah, there
Velcro
is
and
a
not the
Velcro
urine?
on that urine tag.
Yeah, you got to have Velcro.
Actually,
What's he doing? Wait, what?
outside of the ship. Who the hell wants to stare at these idiots? It's fucking. Still shots all day. Like they have video of this shit. So inside is no problem. Outside, oh, we can only give you pictures.
No, inside is a problem too, dude.
Dude, does that guy not know how to
Right?
tie off a trash bag? It has little handles on it.
He's doing it the old-fashioned way, like a bag of cocaine.
Like how they have enough water and oxygen to do all of this. All this long ass trip, they have plenty of water and oxygen.
I wouldn't even need anything. I could go 10 days without food or water, no problem.
Could you go 10 days without the Bible, though? Nope.
Just sleeping and farting.
Once we master mind over matter, we may not even need food or water or air.
Yeah, that's not true. Because if you're a creation
That's
of God,
high level.
Yeah, but if you're a creation of God, you need food and water.
No, I'm saying if we master mind over matter, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
If we like
if
get
you
that
don't-
down so good.
If you don't believe in God, yeah, hey, you can do whatever you want. Right? But if you believe in God and in Jesus, creation.
I don't know. You're hard to hear, bro. I can barely hear you. Your mic's kind of muffly.
Is that Brother Moore, dude?
What is this? Dude, it just went through her arm.
They just said that they couldn't execute it.
The plushie's going through her arm.
Show it.
Look. I'll rewind it a bit. Watch the plushie. Watch her arm.
All right.
I for sure caught this just now. Through her fucking arm right there.
Can you slow down the playback real quick? Oh shit. Oh yeah. Wait, what's that shadow on her arm? What's going on with the shadow? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, that dude that sounds like he's in a fucking tin can. Yeah, there is problems with the inside too. Like, how about this plushie going through her fucking arm right now?
Yeah, we're just saying. I'm just saying it's all fucking fake, dude.
Do you see
That's
this?
all I'm saying.
Do you see this though?
How do you do frame by frame?
The period and comma.
Thanks.
You have to pause it first though. Okay, I'm going back. I need to record this ASAP. Before they get rid of it.
You don't think that's just you don't think that's just a color contrast thing, Beast? Because her skin is white, that thing is white.
No.
Yeah.
That is
The shadow looks kind of weird. Right when you think it goes through her arm, the shadow also looks weird.
Yeah, it's
Check
color
out.
contrast for sure.
Is his fingers
Yeah,
doing something
right,
funny?
dude.
There are a number of things. This is a live stream, so you're gonna get artifacts, you're gonna get compression. These are not unusual.
Lol. Go harder.
Kettle logic invoke.
Wait. Is the shadow delayed when he moves his arm? It looks like the shadow like lags. What the fuck?
Remember, this is live. Well, this was recorded live. There will be
Yeah.
compression, and also it depends what you call it, what format they're using. You're gonna get these artifacts quite easily.
That
Especially if
shadow
you got
looks like it's
compression.
lagging.
Even here, it looks weird. Dude, all of that looked so weird.
Why did they bring the stupid plushie in anyways? Why did they even
It's a
bring
zero. They use a 0G indicator. They do it in all their flights. Blah blah blah. It's tradition.
They got the microphone floating right there. Why would they need the freaking plush thing?
Also, in the plush thing, there's a SD card with like 5.6 millions of tickets. They were like giving out tickets for people who want to quote unquote get to the space with them. So basically, to prop up the propaganda.
Oh, thank you, Dom.
And the timing of this whole thing, with the Iran war and everything, it's just like, because I thought that trip was supposed to be later. All of a sudden, they bumped it up.
Nah, it was supposed to be earlier, and then they moved it later.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It had a problem, and so it was supposed to be later. But then the Iran war got crazy, and then they moved it up. So it's like,
Oh yeah, I hear you.
I posted the tickets to live stream so you can see how it looks, and it was for free. You didn't have to pay anything for it.
What kind of hairstyle is this lady rocking?
it's funny, right?
Dude, it looks so fake.
I just want to know how much they're paying these motherfuckers, dude. Like, seriously, how much are you getting paid to do this shit, dude? Like, to really lie to everybody.
Make a movie about it.
Have
Who do you
you
want to
recorded
play
it?
you? What?
Have you recorded, Beast?
I'm recording it right now.
Okay.
Oh, dude, that thing did something again. Did you see that? It just teleported.
Let me go back.
Well, they're gonna call that lag.
Watch, it's gonna look like a cut.
Just a cut.
Yeah.
Wait.
This is live. What do you mean it's a cut?
It says previously recorded. Right here.
Why'd they cut it?
Yeah, that's weird.
This is the one from 1st April?
Guy's real handsy with that chick.
I'd
He's
be too
getting
after all the
SA'd.
days.
That was the purpose of this. They had to get that lady pregnant.
Knock it up.
The moon ritual in space. Yo, nobody
Yeah.
lays a finger on that girl without Jeremy say so. All right, like Jeremy is the one who decides. Nobody sprinkles the
Bro,
tinkle in space unless he says so.
if I was running space, we'd be just killing it. We'd be killing it out there.
Dude, let him know that no one
I'd have us
sprinkles the
on
tinkle
Mars.
unless you say so. Let him know, man.
I'd have us on Mars. Mars, bro.
You
Mars.
can put a sign
We'd
up.
have
No,
robot
no
wars on
sprinkling
the
tinkle
moon.
without my permission. You can put a sign up about.
We'd have to build a prison inside the capsule for Jeremy because he'd just be essaying constantly.
I mean, if it's a globe and we're all on balls in space and shit, and this whole story is true, the first thing you would do, especially when you know about the dinosaurs, like if you didn't know about the dinosaurs, it's kind of like whatever. But when you know about the dinosaurs, it's like, bro, we got to get out of here. This is the time taking time bomb. Plus, there's other stuff. You could have COVID-27 could come out, kill us all. Like, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of like doomsday scenarios that could possibly happen. You got to get us on another
100%, man.
on
You'd
another
have to
ball.
set up a system so that way, if there were enemies who were doing evil, bad, wicked, vile stuff, put them all in jail and get out of there. Jeremy would be in charge of that system. He'd put up a sign.
They
Hey
gotta
guys, wait! There's
quarantine
gonna be
these
another
people,
glitch
dude.
here.
They
gotta
gotta
quarantine them.
Yeah, because these people could have that venom thing, dude. Attached.
They might be
Talking
sprinkling
about
tinkles
Ozempic?
where they ought not be.
Togetherness. The fuck?
That's right. We're all brothers and sisters on Spaceship Earth.
You know,
Yeah, they
they were
all
trying
became
to
hot in
they were
space.
they were trying to have an emotional segment, and it just didn't happen.
What is
So,
the time, Beast, of that glitch?
I recorded it. That was about 41 minutes ago. So like 7:16 Pacific time.
what if
PST?
what if every flat earther signed up in the world signed a petition to behead these astronauts? What do you guys think would happen?
We're God believers, sir. There's no need to do that.
You'd only have you would have only one signature, and it would be QOP because he's the only flat earther.
True.
This can't end with violence. If this ends with violence, that's not the end.
I think that's how it's. I think that's the only way it can end.
That's not the way. It won't. It's not over though. If you do it with violence, then it's not over.
An eye for an
it's
eye
definitely
makes the
over.
whole world blind.
They're gonna be like 50. They're gonna be like 50 Cent. They gonna reload them clips and come right back.
No, they're not.
I'm just telling you, 50 Cent told us, dude. He's no joke.
Are they about to do the burn right now? Oh. Oh, I'm glad we don't actually show the side angle view, which we've been seeing for fucking 10 days straight or whatever when they're doing the burn. The only time they're actually going to use the back of the fucking spacecraft that we've been looking at for the last 10 days or whatever. Like, dude, this is insane. We're going to do the correction burn now, but we're not going to show it to you, even though that's the only camera we've used for like 10 hours. Like, what the fuck? Dude? Sorry, I'm just mad about it. God, they just did a little flash.
Did it look
Once
like
again,
the
they're
lunar lander taking off of the moon surface?
No, it was just like, bloop.
That's all it takes, bro. That's all you need. You got to do a little quick burn. Just get yourself readjusted.
Yeah, George Clooney did it with a fire extinguisher, bro.
So why wouldn't they show this view? Oh, wait, maybe I can correlate it. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, I've never even seen that movie. Gravity, you're talking about?
That's a
With Sandra
bomb.
Bullock?
Dude, that's a good movie, bro.
Never saw it.
I thought they were actually in space, dude.
I probably look better than this half-ass cockamamie bullshit.
yeah, it's, I mean, no stars again. There's never any stars. But everything else is well lit.
Did they blue screen the one time where they were going to show the correction burn? Literally the same time frame where they're going to do it, it's blue screen. God dang it, dude. No way.
Rod, are you Brother Moore's like antithesis? Like, are you Brother Moore?
Brother Moore. Who's Brother Moore? You actually know a guy named
That's
Brother Moore.
exactly what a dude said.
I actually do know a guy named Brother Moore, to be honest with you. That's funny. That you say that.
Like
But yeah,
every
that's
so often, it's like every so often people join the chat and there'll be like two of them and they sound identical. But one supports the globe and one supports the flat earth. It's weird.
well, I've been around for like 8 years, dude, like a long time. Like, it's been a long time. So that other guy would have to be after me.
Okay, I got you. My bad.
What are we looking at? What is that?
That's the third wall. You're seeing it.
The fourth wall.
Hey, is that a solar panel? Is this supposed to be a solar
Yeah.
panel right there?
Yeah, but what is this supposed to be?
What kind of... That's a
Oh,
solar panel.
I just cut. Oh, wait, look. There's Earth, I guess.
Is that the back? That's got to be the back of a solar panel, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, I was going to say. Why don't they have the solar panel in the sunlight then in this shot?
They do.
They do? It don't look like it. Bro, are you tripping? Look at where the moon's lit up and look at the angle of the solar panel. Oh, are we looking at the back of them? We're looking at
That's
the back of them.
Earth, number one. All right, get it straight. You fucking conspiracy theorist. Number two.
Bro, dude, that's not Earth.
That's Earth. Dude, that's what
Where's
they
the
say.
lightning strikes? Where's the lightning strikes, bro? Are they going to say the camera? The
Yep, the camera
thing on the
sucks.
camera?
Dude, that Terminator line is accurate. It's your mind playing tricks on you to think that it's smiling. That's actually just half of a sphere right there.
I don't know. It looks like a little less than half to me.
No, look at it. Look at
Probably
it again.
refraction. It's
Yeah,
probably
think
refraction.
about it. Dude, that's a half of a sphere.
A raise burn. Man. You know, usually when I get a raised burn, I put some lotion or aloe vera on it. $400,000 above the surface of the Earth.
That's where they are right now? You said that's where they are right now?
That's where they.
They're only
What?
400. They said they're 400,000 feet away from Earth.
No, no, no. He's talking about when the reentry interface will begin. The actual numbers.
Bro, we need to start. You know, we need to start making.
Sorry.
They have the best fireproof material that you can possibly get on the outside of those crafts that do reentry. You ever see those things? Those tiles they use?
Yeah.
Those are crazy, bro. You can get one like 1,000,000 degrees and then hold it in your hand. It's nuts.
You know what's funny, Jeremy? He
The
says
things
this. He says,
What's up?
We're gonna call out the actual numbers. Watch. Mach 32. How fast is that?
That's
32.
blazing, bro. That's blazing. They're going like,
24,581 miles per hour. Get the fuck out of here.
oh, that's it? That's it?
That's a lot, dude.
That's nothing. That's light work. That's light work.
Wait a second. Wait a
I'll
second.
be
What
doing
does it
that
say?
before breakfast.
Dude.
Does Mach just mean the speed of sound and then you times it by 32? Is that how they get that?
Wait a second. This says this. Mach 32.
Yeah, I think so.
It said an Edmonton-based firm, Mach 32, creating medical devices like the I'm Safe large volume intramuscular auto-injector to deliver TXA for trauma victims in field environment. Wow.
It's obviously not the same thing.
That's crazy though that there's a analogous term called Mach 32, and it says the term also refers to a medical device startup developing trauma injectors, a vertical machining center, and a 1992 ATI GPU, which is a graphics card. It's called like an ATI Mach 32 is a historic graphics card.
You guys remember when they sent that probe out to land on an asteroid and it had video footage, right? You guys remember that?
Is it spelled like MOCK?
No, it's MACH. Look, this.
Are you showing it? I see.
Yeah.
You kids in your Discord streams.
I guess nobody remembers the whole asteroid.
I'm safe.
Dude, it would have been cool if they did like a Q&A. You know, from the audience.
What does it do? Is like a defib or?
TXA? Drug? Tranexat. Wait, how do you say that?
Okay, so it helps blood
Tranexamic.
clots. So it helps you clot your blood so that way you don't bleed out.
Yep.
And then you have
And then
really bad,
this.
like, diarrhea.
This was features 1 pixel shaders. The Mach 32 GPU. Let me see here. 1930 or
It's not the
1992.
31 or the 33, but the Mach 32.
I know, right? And then let's see what he says. They say it like that.
They got to be careful about coming to Earth at night, because if it's nighttime, they're not gonna be able to land on anything. They got to go when it's sunny out.
A plasma wake. Yo, what's a plasma wake and how do we do that?
Bleed off excess energy.
Can you send me the video that you recorded, Beast, please?
Yeah.
Thank
What
you.
kind of
you're
energy?
You're gonna translate it?
Yeah, I'm definitely. I'm having a live presentation for 200 people tomorrow, so
Nice.
I will use it.
What are you doing with 200 people?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
you giving
in
a
Czech, in Czech
presentation?
Republic. About flat Earth and about Ether, and I want to take it from different point of views to show people why would they lie, basically.
Why would they lie? Why would they
Exactly.
lie? It's a good question. I mean, it has a lot of answers to that for reasons on why they would do this. There's a lot of reasons for that. I could even think of a good reason for why they would lie.
Did
Yeah,
they show this
100%.
camera angle from the launch? Like when they launched into space, did you get to see the angle like this? They didn't show the entry into space or anything like that from the shuttle. Does anybody know?
Dude, John P.
I don't
Murtha.
know. What if there's
Sorry.
what if there's what if there's a dome that we can't get through? And they're like, yo, we can't let people get through the dome because what if it's a fish tank we're in or something? Or what if there's like outer ponders on the outskirts and they're like, yo, if you guys cross this line, you're done. We'll wipe you off the map on some Trump shit. And then our guys are lying to us so we don't cross the thing. You know what I'm saying? And go to the outer ponders and they come back with a vengeance on some alien shit.
Dude, outer ponders, they don't even think about sprinkling a tinkle unless you give the go ahead.
Bro.
It's the upper ponders you got to worry about. Those guys are reckless.
They're
Dude,
sprinkling
Jeremy,
tinkles all over the place. We saw that. Under your
continuing
watch,
the
too. You
racist,
let that happen.
continuing the racist narrative
My
about
bad.
NASA being racist, they literally call the thing the front porch.
Wow.
I'm not
Wow,
even
bro.
kidding, dude.
That's a turkey right there.
Listen what he says here. Let me see. Not to mention, he says John P. Murtha.
That's the second time you said that name. I don't know what that name means.
Okay, Johnson penis. Okay, Murtha. Omerta. You ever heard of Omerta?
Yeah. What do they do though?
Omerta.
Refresh me.
The
What is it again? What's
Murder.
Omerta?
the code of silence in the mafia. Omerta.
Omerta.
Omerta. Yeah. So they're basically
You saying
saying
it
the
like
code of
all
silence.
right, go ahead.
Look, they're talking about a Johnson. Listen.
A necessary antecedent to sprinkling a tinkle in space is having a penis in space.
Exactly. He just said the first task will be to erect a raft on the front porch. It's John P. Murtha is the head of the recovery program. So they're taking a code of silence
gonna
about all
build a
these
raft?
dick jokes. They're literally taking a code of silence about all these dick jokes, dude. I'm not even kidding. The front porch. And get them on that front porch
The whole
so
thing,
that they can be harnessed.
the splashdown, give them 15 minutes to an hour to recover.
Yeah.
Cigarette after, because cigarette after always feels good.
What the hell kind of shit is that? Dude. That's insane what they're just saying right now.
Now I'm talking about teabagging people. Yep.
No, they literally will use the black guy, extract the crew from him, essentially, on the front porch, and then he'll be hung.
I thought they were talking about like, no, you got 2 helicopters and then like,
On the deck of the John P. Murtha. Come on, dude.
Crazy, man.
Crazy, dude. They're doing something to this dude. This Victor guy. The USS John P. Murtha, bro. Insane, dude.
You guys know people die climbing Everest and they have to leave the bodies there because of how expensive and dangerous it would be to recover the body. So they use the bodies as landmarks. You guys aware of that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would imagine they're preserved quite well too.
I
Do
know
you think
some
they're
of
gonna
them
do
too.
that on
They're
the
like, oh,
moon
that's
if
so and
someone were to
so.
pass away there? They would say it's too dangerous and treacherous to, get the body back. You think they would do that?
That's insane what I just listened to.
Wait, what was that question, guy?
Yeah, do you think they would do that? Like, if there was a body that someone passed away on the moon, they would just leave the body there because it's too dangerous and costly to get the body, like they do with Everest.
Yeah, definitely.
Just leave him there as a landmark, like Tyrone Shoelaces.
Yeah, he's there.
Legend has it he's panning the camera up and down, waiting for someone to land.
Presumably, though, unlike Everest, you can land a vehicle next to the body and retrieve it, right?
Yeah,
Why
do
it's,
that
couldn't
on
it's
you do that on
easier to
Everest?
land on the moon than to land on Everest for sure. You're right.
I mean, how would you land a vehicle on Everest?
That's what I'm at. I'm saying it's way easier to land a vehicle on the moon than Everest. It's crazy talk. Land a vehicle, any type of vehicle on Everest. The moon is a much safer, non-hostile environment than Everest. Of course.
Everest is a jagged, steep slope. How are you going to land any vehicle on it?
Yeah, there's no flat parts of Everest, and it's much more hostile of an environment than the moon, no doubt. We've landed on the moon. We have not landed on Everest. You are right. I'm agreeing with you.
What's this guy's name? No way it's called White Flight Control. Wait a second here. All right, I'm gonna record this whole message here because this is insane. I'm gonna go deafen for a second.
This is MNWLLK. We're here with the astronauts that are going to the moon. You have a question for him, caller? What's your question? Yeah, I was wondering if the moon was made out of spare ribs.